Hello, Archons. Brobner89 here, back with another marathon opening of decks. I've got another display ready to go. It is Friday. I've got my drink, fine whiskey here, ready to celebrate. See if I start making more sense as the video goes on, or perhaps less, as might be the case. Seems more likely. All right. Cracking into this pack. The last time I did this was kind of just a spur of the moment hurrah type thing. Let's see how this goes, and thought I'd have some fun cracking a display on stream, and y'all seem to really enjoy it. I got a lot of views. You guys have watched more than 30 hours of that, so thank you very much for that. And if people want to see more, if you want to keep seeing these, I will keep doing them. If you're interested, please do let me know, and I can keep doing these because it's pretty fun. All right, this looks like a name. Hooray! We got it put in the easy way. The spy that repairs taxation. Excellent, excellent. We could use some fixes to our taxation here. Star Alliance, Unfathomable and Untamed. Excellent. Get some of that unfathomable disruption on your Star Alliance turn with a little bit of house cheating, maybe. Pulled a Waste Not deck last week. Didn't have a huge number of targets for Waste Not, but we'll see if we get a little more lucky this time. All right. Okay, starting off with a very interesting card. Ceaseforge is an artifact with an amber pip on it. It is a law. It reads, play, put 2 time counters on Ceaseforge. Players cannot forge keys. At the start of your turn, remove a time counter from Ceaseforge, then destroy it if there are no time counters on it. So this is a stall tactic, obviously, because it triggers at the start of your turn. That's before the forge key step. So if you have 6 and you start your turn, the first thing you do is remove the forge counter or the time counter. And if there's only 1, then you remove it, it's gone, and then you forge. So this will help you catch up to your opponent. It's a bit of a weird one. So we'll see what kind of deck do I want with Ceaseforge. Excuse me. I don't know, maybe like some late burst or key cheats would certainly be good, right? Key cheats would be good. Oh no, players cannot forge keys. Players cannot forge keys. Maybe if you have a Mollymawk and a key frog in here, you could set that up to work out for you. We'll see what we've got. Agent Sepida is a 4-power, 1 armor Aquan creature with a fight reap ability. Deal 1 damage to each creature. If the tide is high, stun that creature. To a creature, excuse me. If the tide is high, stun that creature. Neat. Nice little board control. Little out of step for Star Alliance. Second one of those. Okay. What is this supposed to be? Chisa? I don't know. 3-power robot creature. It's elusive. While the tide is high, each of Chisa's neighbors gain elusive. Okay. So it kind of spreads some elusive out there. Keep your critters safe. Ambervac is a upgrade. Play, raise the tide. This creature gains at the start of your turn. If the tide is high, capture 2. A little bit of amber control and tide control. Very good. Biome discovery is an action. It's got an amber pip on it. Action at the start of play. If the tide is high, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one of them. Otherwise, raise the tide. So a little bit more of the tide control, and then a bit of efficiency if the tide is high for you. Grand Alliance Council. This is one of my favorite cards in the new set. A very effective board wipe action. Play, choose a creature of each house. Destroy each creature not chosen. So, yeah, just really strong way to manipulate what's on the board. And yeah, the fact that you get to choose makes a huge difference there. Light of the Archons, a classic upgrade, giving +1 armor and power for each upgrade on a creature. Hopefully we'll see some more upgrades. We haven't. Oh, the Ambervac is all that we've seen so far. Rocketeer Triska, a very fun card. 4 power, human creature. While the tide is high, Rocketeer Triska's neighbors enter play. Ready? Hey, Rick. Hello, hello. Welcome. Good to see you again. We just played a game. Shield You Later is a 3 power, 2 armor robot. Shield You Later may be played as an upgrade next to the instead of a creature with the text, this creature gets +2 armor. So if you put that together with Light of the Archons, you could have a fairly beefy creature right there, a lot of armor. So hopefully we'll see some really high value creatures that you're going to want to keep around. Maybe something in Unfathomable, like Kaup or something like that. Technobabble is an action. It's got an Amber Pip. Stun a creature and each of its neighbors that share a house with it. Cool. Yeah, just slow down your opponent's board a little bit. Zap. Got an Amber Pip. It's an action. Deal 1 damage creature for each house represented among creatures in play. A little bit of spot removal for you. Ooh, okay, on to Unfathomable. Starting off with a really fun card. General Sherman is a 10 power creature. It's a beast. And it has the text, General Sherman deals no damage when fighting. Purge each, and then play, purge each other creature. If General Sherman leaves play, return to play each creature purged this way. Exhausted and under its owner's control. Okay, interesting. Really fun way to disrupt the board. You know, that's very interesting to find it together with the Ceaseforge in the same deck. 2 kind of stall tactics. This one stops stops forging keys. This one stops the board. So really interesting way to have this deck set up here. We'll see how that pans out in the rest of the deck. Portal Monger is a 4 power creature. It is an Aquan, and it has the text, while the tide is high, your opponent's keys cost +4. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Key cost control is excellent, and that's quite a bit of it, so I like it. All right, on to Abyssal Zealot is a 4 power creature. With the text, it's an Aquan as well. With the text, after you raise the tide, capture 2. After your opponent raises the tide, move 2 from Abyssal Zealot to the common supply. So you get to get that Amber onto your Abyssal Zealot. And then when your opponent goes to raise the tide, they're going to have to surrender that too. So that's pretty cool. That's neat. It's like a charrette, or a snarette rather. But your opponent kind of gets a little bit of choice as to whether it goes away or if they want to make some sacrifice to try to get rid of the Zealot. Really neat card. Kiri Guilt Spine. This is a one that you might want to put your boosting upgrades on there. Keep it around for a little bit longer. 3 power elusive. After an enemy creature reaps, it does not ready during its controller's next ready card's step. Really punishes big boards. A second one of those. Nice. That is really great to see. This deck is shaping up pretty good. Valucanth is a 6 power Aquan creature. While the tide is low, Valucanth cannot be used. Fight/reap an enemy creature and exhaust an enemy creature and each of its neighbors. Pretty strong. Pretty strong board control there. Hookmaster is a 4 power, 1 armor Aquan creature with the text fight. If the tide is high, your opponent loses 2. This could also be a really strong candidate for getting all that bonus armor from our Starland upgrades. Make it able to fight again and again and keep getting that effect. Portal, a very neat card. More of that tide control. Got an Amber Pip on it. It's an action play if the tide is high. Archive Portal. Otherwise, raise the tide. A second one of those. Okay, 2 is really strong. If you can get to 3, you're in the zone where you think about taking 3 chains to raise the tide so that you can just keep, every time you go Unfathomable, you get 3 pips. Let's see if we got 3 here. Come on, 3. Aw. Still, 2 is still quite good. Seabringer Kikoa is a 7 power creature. It is a beast. It is a taunting creature, and it has the text, destroyed, raise the tide. Another tide control. Lots of tide control in this deck. And a good amount of tide dependency, too. Sink or Swim. Action, play, choose. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand or exhaust a creature and each of its neighbors. I really like the flexibility there. That's really neat. Wicolia is a 3 power creature. Reap, keys cost +2 during your opponent's next turn. Lots of key cost control in here. Okay, on to Untamed with a Gabuk. Is a 5 power creature with the text destroyed. Discard the top card of your deck. If it is a creature after Gabuk leaves play, put that creature into play in Gabuk's position in the battle line. Excuse me. Yeah. I mean, Gabuk is whatever. It's a 5 power body. Genetic Drift. It's got an Amber Pip on it. It's an action. Give a creature a +1 power counter. Then give each creature with a +1 power counter another +1 power counter. All right, so we're going to hope to see a number of +1 power counter effects in here. Maybe even a Waste Knot or Ambermancy, something to take advantage of those power counters. All tied up. Wow, lots of tide control. Is an action. It has a Amber Pip. Play if the tide is high. Gain 1. Otherwise, raise the tide. So many ways to raise the tide in here. Infighting. Ooh, nice. This is solid. All right. Infighting is an action play. Each creature deals damage equal to its power to its right neighbor. Lots of board control in here for Dark Tidings anyway. Mollymawk is a 5 power beast creature. Play, destroy an artifact. Okay. That might hit Ceaseforge in the right scenario. We'll see if we have a Keyfrog in here. We have Infighting, so we would have a way to close out with the Keyfrog. Mookling, lots of key cost control in this deck too. Mookling is a 2 power creature, is a beast. Your opponent's keys cost X, where X is Mookling's power. So we have Light of the Archons that could help boost Mookling's power. We have the, whatever that... Genetic Drift that helps add power counters onto Mookling. So lots of ways to make Mookling really strong. And we do have a bit of taunt as well that could keep it safe. Reap or Sow. Choose 1, ready and reap with a friendly creature. Or give 3 +1 power counters to creatures distributed as you choose. Well, Mookling would be a good target there. Also, if we have the ability to do 3, we could spread them out. And then Genetic Drift would boost 3 different creatures additionally. Another Reaper Sow. Wow. Okay, lots of power counters. Come on, Waste Not. Come on, Waste Not. That would be really good. Witch of the Dawn. Excellent. 3 power human witch. Play, return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. A second Witch of the Dawn. Okay. We'll have to see what we think might be a good target for that. 3 Witch of the Dawn, and then Youngest Bear. Okay, interesting. I mean, 3 Witch of the Dawn, you can chain them, right? So you get use 1 Witch of the Dawn to get another Witch of the Dawn to get a 3rd Witch of the Dawn, and then you just have a bunch of bodies on the board, which is not bad. I guess Mookling and Mollymawk are both pretty good to bring back. This is not... But, you know, off house, it's a little bit harder to justify it. Like, in the right situation, you might bring back, like, Guilt Spine or Portalmonger or something. General Sherman, maybe, if you needed the board control. or like a bunch of amber or something. Like this is a good dino killer. Right, excuse me. My hand is drifting here. General Sherman would be like a good dino killer because it's purged, so you get the amber. Yeah, not a lot of other great targets. I really wish this had a key frog. That would be amazing. Let's take a quick look. I'm a little bit concerned about amber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So around typical for the set, not a ton. Let's count the creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so a fairly high creature count for Dark Tidings. That seems pretty high. Yeah, and we've got, let's see, in terms of amber control, we do have a decent amount. The amber vac will hopefully get you some. It's a little tricky to use, but it's there. Portalmonger, yeah, I mean, that'll slow them down for sure. Zealot, also good. This is some kind of amber control as well, because it stops, well, it doesn't stop them from reaping, but it stops them from reaping again. So, Hookmaster, like I said, if you can beef it up, and there's lots of power counters and armor, like the Light of the Archons and stuff. So ways to beef it up for sure. And Wicolia could do some for you. Decent bit of creature control in this deck and some good disruption as well. Yeah, very interesting disruption here. Exhaustion, mechanics, General Sherman, and then the Ceaseforge too for disruption. So yeah, this looks like a pretty good deck. I think you just kind of disrupt and mess with what your opponent's trying to do in your Unfathomable, and then I wish this had a bit more of those key burst cards in here. Oh, and the key cost control with Moogling as well is worth mentioning. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to reap, right? You're going to have to reap on the board a fair number of times. The Witch of the Dawn Chain might be able to help you out with that, just getting on the board and sticking around. Maybe even Youngest Bear could be useful there. But yeah, it looks like a fun deck for sure. Interesting first poll. I do like all the board control in there. That seems to be lacking somewhat in Dark Tidings, so it's very good to see it in abundance in this deck. Grand Alliance Council, such a strong board clear. And no chains with it, too. All right. Just getting this one squared away here. And on to the next. Oops, I almost grabbed from the wrong display. That would have been a catastrophe. I have so many displays open here. All right, this one's put up houses first, so we get houses first this time. Saurian, Sanctum, and Star Alliance, the S. Full S. And look at this. It's like a cross between a bird and a spaceship, or some kind of airplane. That's really cool. I like that a lot. This is Mercury of Northland. Yeah, it is. Nice. Mercury of Northland. Let's open another 5 common deck. That was wild. And then I opened a 4 common as well. The Willa deck last time. So 4 One-Eyed Willa, which is a lot of One-Eyed Willa. That's pretty great. Right, I'm going to leave it here because I keep bending my cards. Ooh, what a great start to a deck. Orb of Wonder is an artifact, is an item. Omni, Destroy of Wonder. If you do, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Wonderful, wonderful card. Grey Augur. 3 power, 1 armor. Each of Grey Augur's neighbors gains fight. Gain 1. Excellent. There's a human monk right there. Shoulder armor. This is a upgrade with an amber pip. This creature, while this creature's on a flank, it gets +2 armor and +2 power. I hope we have another Urian deck going here. Cleansing Wave is an action. Heal 1 damage from each creature. Gain 1 for each creature healed in this way. Really strong card. General Salvador is a 4 power, 2 armor creature, a human knight with bringing 2 capture enhancements into the deck. Grand Melee. Action, destroy each creature that does not share a house with at least one of its neighbors. An interesting board wipe. Often doesn't really do too much because usually creatures of the same house are next to each other. Hammergram is an action. Deal 3 damage to creature and stun it. Shifting Battle Line has got an amber pip on it. It's an action. Play, move a friendly creature anywhere in your battle line. That creature captures 1. Could pair with the Augur or Augur. Staunch Knight. Okay, goes well with the shoulder armor. Make it super beefy on the flank. 4 power, 2 armor, human knight. Staunch Knight gets +2 power while it's on the flank. Strange Ordination. Excellent. There's that amber burst you need. 3 amber pips on it. Action, play only if the tide is high. So we need to see some tide control in this deck, hopefully. There he is. There's my boy. There's my boy Urian. 3 power, 1 armor. Human Knight. Reap, gain it amber equal to Urian the Circumspect's armor. So far, only the shoulder armor is in here. Affecting armor, so hopefully we'll see some more. Maybe in Star Alliance we'll get another Light of the Archons and some other upgrades. Larry of the Lake is Urian's friend. We don't see Larry in here, so ooh, a second Urian. Great, that makes it a little bit easier to pull off, especially with the shoulder armor. You could find the shoulder armor or the Urian with the Orb of Wonder if that made sense in your particular turn. It might not be the best use of Orb of Wonder. You might want to save that for a more appropriate situation. My dogs are making some noise, so I'm going to kick them out, and I will be right back. My apologies, forgot to close the door before I started. On to Dinos, Swallow Whole. This one getting a capture pip on it. It's an action. Play only if the tide is high. Play, choose 2 creatures, purge the chosen creature with the lowest power, and give +1 power counters equal to its power to the other chosen creature. That's very interesting. With the lowest power, purge the chosen creature with the lowest power. Okay, so you need some big creatures that are going to get bigger. Yeah, that's really interesting. I know I've seen this one. I guess I never read it. So far, we still have no tide control. No tide control in here. So could be difficult. You don't want to be taking chains to use your tide effects. Gladiodontus is a 15 power creature. It is a mutant. It reads, Gladiodontus enters play stunned. Gladiodontus only deals 5 damage when fighting. Fight/reap if this is the first time Gladiodontus has been used this turn. Ready and enraged it. That could be a target for Swallow Whole. It's nice you get to purge a low power creature like a Cowp or an Ember Imp or something like that. Sorarium. Okay, this is an artifact with an amber pip on it. It is a location. Each creature with the lowest power cannot reap. I think both Sorarium decks I've opened so far both had Urian in them. It's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, you do have the shoulder armor to boost up its power, but 3 is not very high. So I don't know if you could play it in this deck. It might not be a card you want to play. Corsian Octavia is a 5 power, 1 armor creature. This one got a capture pip on it. It has got the effect Action Capture 2. This is a dinosaur soldier. Often, I find myself using this card for fighting or reaping. I only use it to Action Capture 2 if it's going to help me stop check most of the time. Because if you load it up with too much amber, it just becomes a target. Having a capture pip on it, I like it because you can put 1 on there immediately, possibly stop check, and then it's a pretty big body that they're not going to want to fight into. And like I said, I'm usually just like fighting or reaping with it anyways, so I'm happy with that. A second one of those. This one without the capture. Crushing Charge. Ooh, great. This is a action. Destroy each creature with power 4 or lower, gain 1 chain. So this Dinos really hates low power creatures, and unfortunately our Sanctum ended up being quite a few low power creatures. So yeah, but you know, again, there's shoulder armor and there's just not that many creatures in Sanctum anyway, so maybe it's fine. Decadence, choose 1, exalt ready and use a friendly creature, or move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. Magister Vita is a 5 power creature. Play/reap, you may exalt a friendly non-siren creature if you do reap with it. Okay, so that could work with Urian. That's a pretty, definitely worth it to reap with a Urian, putting an amber out on the board. Reach Advantage is an action. It's got an amber pip. If the tide is high, a friendly creature captures 3. Otherwise, raise the tide. So far in this deck, I'm thinking this one raises the tide most of the time it's played. Spoils of Battle. Got an amber pip. It's an action. A friendly creature captures 1. Each creature with amber on it captures 1 from its opponent. Let's see if we have 5 of those like I did in my deck last week. Okay, 2. I got 2. If I open another one with 5, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, yeah, Venatur Altum is a 7 power, 2 armor creature, is a dinosaur soldier. After Venatur Altum is dealt damage if the tide is low, exalt Venatur Altum. A lot of people hating on this card. There's some interesting use cases for it. This is one, right, to pair with Spoils of Battle. That's an interesting thought if you do it there. Decadence is another, right? If you want to move an amber to your opponent, you know, obviously key cheating would be one if you had Imperial Forge or something like that. Or the, I keep forgetting the name of it, but all the dinosaur names are weird. But the new Brachus, the tide dependent Brachus that lets you forge with amber on your creatures. That could be another use for it. None of those here except for Decadence, so you know, there it goes. Val Jericho, excellent way to start a house. 5 power, 1 armor, human leader. While Val Jericho is in the center of your battle line, you may play 1 card that is not of your active house during the turn. I love it. So you could, in theory, play any card. How does it? Search your deck. Okay, so you could play any card in your deck if you have Val out and the Orb of Wonder. CXO Tabor, nice. 3 power creature, alien Crix. Fight Reap, you may use, play or use a non-Starlands card this turn. Really strong. Very strong showing from Starlands so far. Lots of that house cheating. Yeah, that makes your game so much better. Any deck is so much better if you can house cheat a lot. So, okay. Diplomat Agung is a 2 power alien Crix. The only other Crix in the game. I think. They have 4 arms. There you go. Little bug guys. Play Fight Reap for the remainder of the turn. A friendly creature belongs to the house of your choice in addition to its other houses. Again, a way to cheat on Urian there. I like it. Grand Alliance Council. This was in the last deck. action, choose a creature of each house, destroy each creature not chosen. So strong. Lieutenant Kirkar, okay. Some taunt coming in here. 5 power taunt, hazard is 3. Yeah, going to be able to keep your Urian safe, hopefully. Or this one, Lieutenant Valmart, or Walmart, as some of us like to call him. Alien scientist, play fight, read if the tide is high. Keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. Very nice. A second one of those. That's really good. Wow. Wow. 3 is so strong. That's so good, especially with the capturing, like Spoils of Battle. Load everything up with Spoils of Battle. Blow the board with Grand Alliance Council. Make your opponent pay an absurd amount for their key. Wow. Yeah, that's so cool. Okay. This deck just got a lot better in my estimation. Okay. Not going to go to 4. Can't complain. Officer's Blaster. This creature gets +2 power. It's an upgrade with an Amber Pip. This creature gains destroyed. Attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor. If we have Light of the Archons in here, I'll be very happy. Load up that Urian. Make a Mega Urian. Technobabble is an action. Stun a creature in each of its neighbors that share a house with it. Got an Amber Pip. Unity or Discord is an action. Choose a friendly non-Star Alliance creature. Oh, sorry. Use. Okay, so more potential for house cheating there with your Urian. Return up to 2 friendly creatures and each upgrade attached to them to their owner's hands. So you could get a little bit of extra amber off of that. Not a lot. And a zap to round out. A little bit of spot removal there. Cool. Yeah, I think, one of the hardest things in this set is amber control. And I think this deck could do a pretty good job with it. +3. This will help you keep your opponent off key. This will help manage your opponent's key amber count if you can make them pay a lot. Again, together with Spoils of Battle, that could really pay off with 2 Spoils of Battle. And we have some other capturing in here as well. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I think there's a decent bit of amber generation in this deck too. Cleansing Wave. I don't think there's any big ping damage type thing. Well, Zap could actually make a decent bit of amber with Cleansing Wave. Let's count the pips here. 1, 2, 3. I feel like there's quite a bit. 4, 5, 6. Ooh, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that's why we count. I feel like there's quite a bit, but there is not. There is not too much. Yeah. Okay. So that's a little bit disappointing. Cerarium, you might not be able to play anyways. Even with that Amber Pip, I think you can't. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to play it. You do not want to shut down your Urian. If you shut down your Urian and your potential boost for 4 amber, you'll be very upset. But I do think, I think this deck could be pretty good here. Decent bit of board control and of a nice sort of setup with your capturing and then key cost control as well, and a fair amount of house cheating. A little bit of efficiency out of Star Alliance. Let's do a quick creature count on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Yeah. And Orb of Wonder can help you to set up those combos in the way you need them. It can get you the board wipe at the right moment so you can wipe everything and then put out the Lieutenant Valmart and increase the opponent's key cost. It can get you the spoils of battle at the critical moment to stop your opponent and get a bunch of their amber onto your board. Yeah, this deck looks very fun. I'm definitely excited to play this one. Mercury of Northland. Excellent. Excellent. Cool looking deck indeed. All right. On to the third. Oh. Another with the houses at the top here, so there they are. Shadows, Logos, and Pink Fish. Unfashionable. That's not very nice. I shouldn't say that about them. This one's got a little bit unwrapped already. It's fine. I'll just use this. All right. Still haven't opened Groundbreaking Discovery, and it's making me very sad. I really want one with a lot of archiving. Let's see if it's here. Starting off with a hide. There's some archiving potential for you. 4-power creature, Human Scientist Reap. Draw a card if you control Vellum. Draw 2 cards instead. Destroyed. Archive Vellum from your discard pile. If you do, archive hide. Vellum, very similar, but 2-power. Reap, archive a card. If you control hide, archive 2 cards instead. Destroyed. Archive hide from your discard pile. If you do, archive Vellum. Eureka! Excellent card. Got an Amber Pip on it. Action. Alpha, gain... Alpha, play, gain 2, archive 2 random cards. Yeah, really great to see this one back in this set. Love that card. Australis Seaborg is a 4-power creature with the text Reap. Deal 2 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, raise the tide. Pretty neat. Bilge Warden, Human Scientist. Play /Reap. If the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide. Otherwise, you raise the tide. Final Analysis. Such a fun card. Action. Destroy each creature. Each player draws a card for each creature they controlled that was destroyed in this way. Let's see if we have some good stuff to help support our 2 final analyses. Dataforge would be great, but I don't think this has Dataforge. I think it comes earlier in the sequence. Hydrocoagulator is an item. It's an artifact. After a player raises the tide, they archive the top card of their deck. Interesting card. Static Charge. Upgrade. This creature gains, at the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to each of this creature's neighbors. Nice little board control on your opponent's side. A second one of those. Okay. So you could have a creature doing 4 damage to each of its neighbors on their side. That's pretty mean. Submersive Principle. Great. Some of the only scaling amber control in the set. It's an action. Each player loses 1. If the tide is high, each player loses half their amber instead, rounding down the loss. Yeah. Solid amber control. Really happy to see that. Theory or Conjecture. Choose one. Archive the top 2 cards of your deck or play the top card of your deck. I wish there was some archive mechanic in here. Something that would do something with the archives. Because, yeah, that's... Unfortunately, there's no, like... I don't know, like a Dataforge or Honors Keys or something. Would be really nice. Pretty neat looking house here. Not a ton of amber pips, but we have a little bit of tide control. Our hide and vellum are great. Low creature count to be sure. Very good to see Final Analysis and some of those efficiency cards. Finishing Blow. Action. Amber pip. Play, destroy a damaged creature if you do steal 1. Very strong card. Ransom. It's an upgrade. Look at little Fuzzy. Oh no! So mean. So mean, this mean Shadows character. This creature cannot be used in games. At the start of your turn, you may give your opponent 2 amber. If you do, destroy ransom. So it's just shutting down your opponent's creature until they give you money. So really neat card. I like it a lot. Ring of Invisibility, another upgrade. This creature gains elusive and skirmish. Let's hope we have some great targets for that. I would be happy with that on Vellum. Well, at least for the elusive. Maybe the Seaborg. A Bilge Warden wouldn't be bad, because you could fight with it when you didn't want to raise the tide. Yeah, interesting. Oh, this is neat. So you put ransom on the same one with static charge, and then they can't like fight it into your battle line to get rid of it or something. Ooh, Freebooter Fae. Very strong card. 4 power elf thief. Play, raise the tide. Reap if the tide is high. Steal 1. Really happy to see that card. Lots of value in there. Safe or sorry. Choose one. Archive any number of friendly creatures from play, or choose a creature. Deal 1 damage to it for each amber your opponent has. Neat. Neat. Definitely happy with the Fae with that one, because you can get that tide raising ability for free again. Gas Pipes Malone is a 3 power creature. Before fight, the creature Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 from its own side. Hobnobber, 3 power elf, 3 action. If your opponent has 6 or more amber, steal 2. Very strong card. Big threat to your opponent. Hornswoggle, got an amber pip. Action. Use an enemy's artifact as if it were yours. A mug got a amber pip on it. Play, move 1 amber from a creature to your pool. Deal 2 damage to that creature. One-Eyed Willa. Nice. A 2 power creature. Elf thief while the tide is high. One-Eyed Willa gains elusive and skirmish. Very cool. A second One-Eyed Willa. Walk the Plank. If your opponent has no amber, deal 4 damage to a creature. Otherwise, steal 1. Okay, on to Unfathomable here. So I do like Ring of Invisibility on gas pipes. So you could keep using gas pipes again and again to fight and load up your opponent's creature with amber, and gas pipes is going to stick around. Yeah, you could also see it on Fae, giving Fae just, a little bit more durability, or even Hobnobber if it needed it. I don't think you'd put it on Willa because it already has that potentially. Finishing Blow, really good with the skirmishing, with the various skirmishing creatures, the Willas and the Ring of Invisibility, making stuff into skirmishers. Ooh, also very good with Static Charge. Finishing Blow. Yeah, pretty strong in this deck. Very happy to see this. Hopefully with the archiving and stuff, you can set up a big Logos turn to cut your opponent's amber in half after you continually keep them off check with your shadows. Let's see what Unfathomable has for us. Echo Pearl is an artifact. Omni, destroy Echo Pearl, exhaust, stun, and enrage a creature. Very strong, really great targeted control there. A second one of those. Wow, that's pretty cool. Thundertoe, got an amber pip. It's an action. Exhaust 2 creatures. Deal 2 damage to each exhausted creature. So removal or just slowing down your opponent. Tomwa of the Glow, 3 power Aquan creature. Reap exhausted creature. If the tide is high, draw a card for each exhausted enemy creature. Great synergy there. Wrath or Ruin. Choose one. Destroy a flank creature or return 2 enemy creatures to their owner's hands. Very nice. I like the returning creatures to the owner's hands. Yeah, just mess with your opponent's efficiency there. 2 of those. Very neat. Flamegill Enforcer, 6 power Aquan. After your opponent raises the tide, enrage Flamegill Enforcer. Action. Capture 3. Pretty meh. Portal, nice. Got the Amber Pip action. Play if the tide is high, archive Portal. Otherwise, raise the tide. Seabringer Krakoa is a beast with taunt, destroyed, raise the tide. Lots of tide control. Sink or swim. Choose one. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand or exhaust a creature in each of its neighbors. Goes very well with the Tamwa. You could get a big card draw there. Wow, with 2 of them especially. And on to Storm Surge. Your opponent cannot ready cards during their next ready card step. Okay. Wow, that goes great with all the exhaustion we have. Yeah. I like this deck very much. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Very strong stealing out of shadows here. And some neat synergies to work with. Safe or sorry. What is there anything else we'd want to archive with safe or sorry? Not really. The only play effect we have is Freebooter, so safe or sorry might just be some spot removal, which we have a decent bit of here. You could also safe or sorry to set up your final analysis on the next turn. I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense, but maybe. Let's look at some Amber Pips and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So not a huge amount of Amber. You're definitely going to need to reap or steal a decent bit. You have the tools for doing that. You have the tools for stealing. Quite a bit of stealing. Well, not quite a bit, but a decent amount of stealing. Yeah. And then scaling Amber control out of Logos. You're going to need to hit that at the right moment. A little bit of capturing here. Seabringer, some protection. Maybe your Tamawa goes there and you just mess with their stuff and then you get a big draw off. That would be nice. Yeah, good amount of pinging damage and removal and stuff. Not sure about final analysis. Let's do a creature count and see how that might work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not a huge creature count for final analysis to hit into there. So, yeah, looks like a fun deck. I will enjoy it, that's for sure. These choice cards are very interesting. I do think they're... I mean, they're more less situational than the sort of their non-choice counterparts. You know, obviously you can use them in more different interesting ways and situations and stuff, but they do lose the Amber Pip. So it's a bit of a trade-off. But, you know, they're neat. They're definitely fun. Another Shadows, Unfathomable. This one's subbing in with Star Alliance here. We have Thunderani, the Harsh Undertaker. The Harsh Undertaker. Let's see if I can actually get the... Ooh, look at that. I found the tab on this one. Lucky, lucky me. Okay, starting off with Mac the Knife. Very strong. Excellent. Love Mac the Knife. 3 power, Elf Thief, Elusive. Use Mac the Knife as if it belonged to any house. Action. Deal 1 damage to creature. If this damage destroys that creature, gain 1. Very cool. You can just reap every turn. Really strong. Really strong card. Booby Trap. Action with an Amber Pip. 4 damage to a creature with 2 damage splash. It's got to not be on a flank, though. Brand the Fanatic, very good. A Skirmisher, play, your opponent gains 1 destroyed, steal 3. Very strong card. Hopefully we see some more ways to get rid of it on your own turn. Booby Trap works, but it's not ideal because you're damaging your other creatures as well. Cement Shoes has got an Amber Pip. Deal 2 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, raise the tide. A second Cement Shoes. So if you have both of them, you can raise the tide and kill off Brend in the same turn there. That would be pretty neat. Hard Simpson. Okay. 4 power. Elf Thief. Elusive. After Hard Simpson is dealt damage, steal 1. If the tide is low, your opponent steals 1 instead. Hard Simpson must survive the damage. Cement Shoes will get there. I really hope this has a Seeker Needle so that 1 Cement Shoes and Seeker Needle can hit Brend, or 1 Cement Shoes and Seeker Needle can get Hard Simpson down to low enough numbers that your opponent can't use it on their turn. A second Hard Simpson. Okay. Definitely going to need some more pinging damage to make this work here. Hobnobber, 3 power action. If your opponent has 6 or more, steal 2. Very strong in combination with Brend. If you can't get rid of the Brend right away, you can put your opponent up to 6 and then steal 2 of it. Jackie Tar, elusive, reap, deal 1 damage to a creature. If the tide is high, deal 6 damage to a creature instead. That will work with Brend there. You can take out your own Brend with the 6 damage. Kerwallop. Okay, good. Deal 1 damage to each creature. Gain 1 for each creature destroyed this way. That definitely works with Hard Simpson. Sea Urchin. This one with a capture pip on it. Okay, 1 power. Aquan Thief. Poison. Play, capture 1. If the tide is high, steal 1 instead. Very great synergy with Kerwallop here. And, you know, just a strong card. Also, the stealing. Really great. Yeah, liking the Shadows lineup so far. Walk the Plank. If your opponent has no amber, deal 4 damage to a creature, otherwise steal 1. So you can destroy your Brend with this if your opponent has no amber, which is going to be a little tricky because when you play Brend, they gain 1. And then what's the point of destroying your Brend if your opponent has no amber? Then you don't get anything. So that would seem a little bit silly. Okay. Pretty strong. I'm going to need to see some tide control in the other houses here because there is not a lot here. We do have quite a bit of pinging damage that's going to help out with those 2 Hard Simpsons. Mac the Knife does pinging damage. Booby Trap does pinging damage. You know, if you have Brend with Hard Simpson on either side of him, you can blow up Brend and then damage both Hard Simpsons. That's 5 steal. 5 stealing right there. Cement Shoes, pinging damage, Kerwallop, Jackie Tar. Yeah, almost all the cards in here do pinging damage. Sea Urchin, neat. I like it. I like the look of that Shadows for sure. Plasma Nozzle is an upgrade with an Amber Pip. This creature gains, before fight, deal 2 damage to the attacked creature with 2 damage splash. Great. Colonist Chapman is a human. Taunt. Each of Colonist Chapman's non-Starlines neighbors gains reap. Gain 1. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've had this in any of my decks yet. What does it go with so far? Jackie Tar, Sea Urchin is hard to remove for your opponent. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that could work. Brend could just be around and be annoying. The Plasma Nozzle, I guess I don't know what you put it on. Force Field. This creature gains reap. Ward this creature. It's got an Amber Pip, and this one caught a Capture Pip as well. Pretty neat. Teresa. This is very strong. Teresa may be used as if it belonged to either of its neighbors' houses. Teresa may be played as an upgrade instead of a creature. With the text, this creature may be used as if it belonged to either of its neighbors' houses. What do we want to use off turn? Oh, with Mac the Knife? Oh, no, it's maybe used as if it belonged to any house. I was thinking you could use any creature on any turn with Mac the Knife there, but that does not work. Hobnobber? Hobnobber on an off turn could be pretty good. Maybe Sea Urchin just to kill something off and get it back into your discard pile. Universal Translator. It's got an amber pip on it. This creature gains fight/reap. Use a friendly non-Starland creature. Nice. More of that house cheating. Lots of house cheating in this deck. CR Officer Hawkins, 2-power human. Deploy. Gain 1 amber for each of CR Officer Hawkins' non-Star Alliance neighbors. Pretty cool. Good burst there. Second one of those. Wow, 3 of those. Okay. We're going to need to see a decent number of fish creatures in here. Grand Alliance Council. Choose a creature of each house. Destroy each creature not chosen. I've had this in every deck so far tonight. That's pretty cool, actually. That's a really strong card. Operative Espion. 4-power creature, alien, elusive. After a player raises the tide, their turn, they may use a creature they control. Some more house cheating, but just not a lot of tide control. In fact, no tide control so far. So that's a little bit worrisome. Shield you later. 3-power, 2-armor robot. Shield you later may be played as an upgrade instead of a creature. With the text, this creature gets +2 armor. Second one of those. On to Unfathomable. Cup of Water action. Stun each cyborg creature and each robot creature. Well, that's not great. We have some robots, so that's a little unfortunate there. Kilgrog's Trench. Really weird one. Artifact. Location. At the end of your turn, place 1 depth counter on Kilgrog's Trench. Then destroy each creature with power equal to the number of depth counters on Kilgrog's Trench. Very strange card. Fuguru. 1-power creature. Aquan. Poison. Your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during their draw cards step. Really great way to slow your opponent down on their hand size there. Lovely. Under pressure, this creature cannot ready. Really strong way to shut down any effects on your opponent's side. Guilt Spine Netcaster. 2-power Aquan creature. Brings 2 of those capture enhancements into your deck. Reap. Exhaust a creature. Maelstrom. Okay. Action. Put each creature on top of its owner's deck in a random order. Gain 2 chains. We'll have to see how good we think that is in this deck here. Photic Raider is a 2-power creature. Play, capture 2 while the tide is high. Photic Raider gets +4 power. Rakuzal's Chant is an action. Play, exhaust a creature. If the tide is high, exhaust each creature instead. Yeah, again, another way to just slow your opponent down. Seabringer Krakoa, 7-power creature. Is a beast, taunt, destroyed, raise the tide. A bit worrisome that this is, I think, the first tide control we see in the deck. Sink or swim, choose 1. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand. Exhaust a creature in each of its neighbors. A second one of those, okay. And Ricola. All right. I really like the shadows in here. It seems very strong. Nice hard Simpson abilities here, but we have very few ways to control the tide in here and a lot of cards that depend on tide. Yeah, I'm concerned, to say the least. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. We need more tide control in this deck, definitely, to take advantage of those things. You can take the tide for 3 chains, but if your opponent is playing Dark Tidings and they're taking the tide for free, you're going to fall behind very quickly. Maelstrom, as board control here. Let's count creatures and see if that makes any sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 creatures in here. So, yeah, not feeling the Maelstrom. Seems like that might not be great. Pips 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Count this 2, 5. Kerwallop's going to get you at least 1. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 pips, so you're going to need to do some reaping. You can slow your opponent down with Bacola and Photic Raider. Other Amber control seems lacking everywhere except for the shadows, where it's pretty decent. But again, the hard Simpsons requiring the Tide really hurts. Oh, we have cement shoes. I'm so silly. We have 2 cement shoes. That can do it. How did I keep forgetting that throughout the entire discussion of the deck? Yeah, the cement shoes will help a lot. That makes this significantly better. Still, you know, rough, because you need to have a creature that's about to die available for you to take out with it. So, you know, but you do have the booby trap to help you set that up. So, yeah, seems like a pretty decent deck. I'm glad that it had those cement shoes that I somehow completely fantasiaed out of existence in my mind. Looks like a pretty fun deck. Decent board control in here as well with the Grand Alliance Council. And, you know, Maelstrom I don't think we use, but the Grand Alliance Council is going to be pretty big. And yeah, the Shadows looks fun. I really like the Shadows in that deck. All right, on to the next. This is going to be number 4 here. No, number 5. On to number 5. All right. 5/5. Stay alive. All right. Untamed Dinos. And those pink fish. Not getting a lot of logos last time, like, or sorry, this time, like I did last time. Oh my goodness. Some of the cards trying to escape from me here. Uh-oh. I hope they're all there. The runaway cards. This deck is the Abandoned Jebediah of the Secret Passage. Abandoned Jebediah of the Secret Passage. Wow. Okay. Okay. Starting off with the ISS Indominus, an interesting card. It's an artifact. It's a ship. Action. Exhaust up to 5 friendly Sirene creatures. For each creature exhausted this way, deal 1 damage to each enemy creature. Kind of a pseudo board wipe, but you have to use, basically, you'd be using your whole turn just to do, you know, up to 5 damage to each creature. Meh. Anklo formation. Amber pip on it. Action. Choose 1 for the remainder of the turn. A friendly creature gains skirmish, or exalt a friendly creature for the remainder of the turn. Each friendly creature gains skirmish. Okay. We'll see if we have a lot of dino creatures that will be able to take advantage of that. Both of those cards say to me, let's have lots of dino creatures. So this one as well. City State Interest. Action. Each friendly creature captures 1. Very strong card for pace, keeping pace there. Dino, you didn't destroy an enemy creature with Amber on it. Got an Amber pip of its own. Fiscus Felix is a 5-power dinosaur philosopher. Play / fight. If the tide is high, you may exalt a creature. That includes your enemies, a creature. So there you go. You can exalt it and then hit it with Dino you didn't. Pretty strong. Crushing Charge. Action. Destroy each creature with power 4 or lower. Gain a chain. Oops. Decadence. Choose 1. Exalt ready and use a friendly creature, or move 1 amber from a creature to another. Very strong with the City State Interstate. Faust the Great. Dinosaur. Your opponent's keys cost +1 for each friendly creature with amber on it. You may exalt a friendly creature when you play it. Really good with City State Interstate. A second Faust the Great. Okay, drive up that key cost. I like it. Venatur Altum. Nice pairing with Faust the Great there. 7 power, 2 armor. Dinosaur Soldier after Venatur Altum is dealt damage. If the tide is low, exalt Venatur Altum. Second one of those. 3. I don't know about that. Okay. So definitely lots of cards that want to fight here that could benefit from Anklo formation. ISS Indominus has a lot of targets, like big creatures that are likely to stick around. I don't know. It's, you know, the crushing charge is just like a much better way to deal with creatures that are, you know, 4 or lower power. Yeah, I don't know about this ISS Indominus. I wish it had an Amber Pip on it or something. Like, it's kind of just not great. But looks like decent Amber control in here. Pretty good board control. Yeah, looking good so far. General Sherman, another one of these guys. 10 power beast. General Sherman deals no damage when fighting. Play, purge each other creature. If General Sherman leaves play, return each purged creature. Return to play each creature purged in this way. Yeah, interesting pace card. Does not pair nicely with the Amber you're putting on your board and your own dinos there. Kilgrog's Trench, another one of these. Okay. Location at the end of your turn. Place 1 depth counter on Kilgrog's Trench, then destroy each creature with power equal to the number of depth counters on Kilgrog's Trench. The Chosen One. Excellent card. 9 power creature, Aquan. Instead of readying creatures they control during your ready card step, your opponent deals 1 damage to the Chosen One for each exhausted creature they control. Really strong card. Amazing turn 1 play. It just messes up your opponent for days. So yeah, really happy to see that. In some cases, it's probably you want to mull for that. Fuguru, another really difficult card to deal with. 1 power creature, an Aquan. Poison. Your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card during their draw card step. Very annoying. Kelp. Wow. Cool. I like this. Unfathomable indeed. 2 power creature. Your opponent cannot play more than 1 card of each card type, action, artifact, creature, or upgrade each turn. Really slows down your opponent's play there. Tomwa of the Glow. Aquan creature, reap, exhausted creature. If the tide is high, draw a card for each exhausted enemy creature. Goes very nicely with the Chosen One. Yeah, you can stack up that draw effect to be pretty big. Bubbles is a creature. Aquan, play, put an enemy creature on top of its owner's deck. Yeah, just pace. Mess your opponent up. I like that one a lot. Frigorific Rod, artifact with a Amber Pip. Action, exhausted creature or artifact. Very strong. Great with Tomwa there. Photic Raider, 2 power. Play, capture 2 while the tide is high. Photic Raider gets +4 power. A little bit of Amber control for you. Seabringer Krakoa, 7 power taunt. Destroyed, raise the tide. Seen a lot of those tonight. Second Seabringer Krakoa. That's really great with all the annoying small creatures that we have that your opponent might want to fight into. The Kaup and the Fuguru. And this one as well. Wikola, 3 power creature, beast, reap, deal 2 keys, cost +2 amber during your opponent's next turn. A little bit more of that key cost control. Keep your opponent from forging for too long. That's pretty neat. Yeah, okay. So the Unfathomable is shaping up to be a lot better than Dinos. I'm not sure about the synergy between the two. It seems a little off. Decent number of creatures in here are going to go well with the city-state interstate, help you capture lots of amber onto your creatures, especially like big things like the Krakoa. The board wipe in here is not super great together with our low power strong creatures, Tomwa of the Glow and Kaup and Fuguru. Looking pretty solid. decent amber control. Always very important, but pretty good disruption. Yeah, if you can establish the board, you can mess with them. Pariah Monkeys is a 2-power creature. Play/reap, deal 2 damage to each other creature. Okay. Bumblebird, everybody's favorite Bumblebird. 1-power creature, beast, insect, alpha. Play, give 2+1 power counters to each other friendly untamed creature. Okay. Cross Porpoises, action with an Amber Pip on it. Play, raise the tide, enrage 2 enemy creatures. Good to see some tide raising in here. I don't think we have a ton of tide dependent cards. Altum is somewhat tide dependent. Yeah, not a ton of tide dependency in here, which is kind of neat. Photic Raider cares about the tide but doesn't need it. Yeah. Actually, very, very little tide dependency in this deck. So, interesting. Gabuk is a 5-power creature, is a beast, destroyed. Discard the top card of your deck if it's a creature. If it is a creature, after Gabuk leaves play, put that creature into play into Gabuk's position in the battle line. Very meh card. Genetic Drift. Give a creature a +1 power counter, then give each creature with a +1 power counter another +1 power counter. Okay. Hopefully we have something that can do something cool with the power counters. Okay. There's one. There's something. Spore Gorger. It's a creature, a beast, fungus, reap. Give Spore Gorger a +1 power counter. You may remove each +1 power counter from Spore Gorger. For each counter removed this way, deal 1 damage to each other creature. Okay, so some pretty big ways you could do a lot of damage with this. It is going to be a problem for your low power creatures on your side. So something to look out for. Nice. I like this card. This is the first one I've gotten, I think. Thin the Herd is an action. It's got an Amber Pip. Play, shuffle the 4 least powerful creatures into their owner's decks. Again, not super great with the low power creatures we have in Unfathomable, but I think you can time it well. Make it work for you. Chelonia. It's a 2-power beast witch with elusive. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, gain 1. Nice. I love that burst. Flumph. It's a 3-power beast cat creature with skirmish. Fight, give a beast creature 2+1 power counters. What beasts do we have so far? Chelonia. Okay, the Spore Gorger is a beast, so Chelonia can Flumph can boost the Spore Gorger and make quite a bit of destruction happen. Ooh, Mookling. All right. Mookling is a creature. It's a beast. Your opponent's keys cost +X, where X is Mookling's power. You can put it behind a Seabringer. Keep it safe. You can load it up with power counters. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Yeah. Load up. Make that opponent's keys cost just keep going up and up and up. I love it. Reap or sow. Action. Choose 1 ready and reap with a friendly creature, or give 3 +1 power counters to creatures distributed as you choose. Again, Spore Gorger could benefit from that. Mookling could definitely benefit from that. Ready and reap with a friendly creature. What would you want to reap with? Wikola, maybe? Otamwa of the Glow, if your opponent has a bunch of exhausted stuff still. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. Cool. Last one is Witch of the Dawn. Very good. I like that. With the Mookling. Bring back your Mookling. Play it again. I like that with Chelonia. Yeah, maybe even Spore Gorger. Pariah Monkeys, perhaps, in the right situation. Okay. Yeah, this looks like a fun deck. I'm not super sold on the dinos here. Not totally sure what's going on. The crushing charge is a bit unfortunate. We have a number of low power creatures, but we do have what amounts to a one-sided board wipe. So maybe this ISS Indominus is, I don't know, pretty good in this deck. Lots of key cost control. Just stall your opponent. Keep stalling them off check. Hope that they can't blow your board up. Sherman may have to be a discard. We kind of are relying on the board here. Chosen One with Kaup and Fuguru could really mess your opponent up. If you get these out at the right time with the Krakoa to keep them safe, it's really going to make your opponent have to crawl out from under a rock. More key cost control and Cola. Yeah. Some more board control potential out of Spore Gorger here. Some interesting power counter choices, especially with Mookling. Decent number of creatures that you can play in the same turn with Chelonia. Not a ton. Let's take a look at Amber Pips. This maybe counts as one. I don't know what you count this as. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are there none in Unfathomable? There's 1. And there are 8, 9 in Dinos. Yeah, low. Definitely going to need to be on the board a lot. Going to need to be reaping a lot. Mess with your opponent's board state and their general plan so that you can get in there and get a lot of reaping done. Hopefully you can get off a big Chelonia turn. You're going to need to keep it safe hopefully behind a Krakoa or something like that, or with some bonus power. Looks pretty decent. I think this is my first Spore Gorger deck, so that's exciting. A very unusual card. That and ISS and Dominance. So lots of weird ways to kind of manage the board here. Not sure how I feel about it. I don't know. Amber wins games, so I'm more excited when I see decks with lots of Amber control or lots of Amber generation. On to number 6 here. We have Fish, we have Logos. Nice. We have Star Alliance. Ooh, that's a very, very exciting combination of houses here. Moon of Downbrook. Okay. Yeah, decent name too. And was this a Stingray? Some kind of neat looking Archon there. I like this house combination a lot. House cheating, speed, disruption. Let's see it. Let's see it. Okay. Starting off with a Captain Creasage, 6 power cyborg. While you control another creature with elusive taunt, poison, or skirmish, Captain Creasage gains that keyword. Hard to be excited about that card, I have to say. We'll see what we've got here, but it's a little meh. Master the Theory. Got an Amber Pip action. If there are no friendly creatures, you may archive a card for each enemy creature. I have to say Backup Plan is a much better version of this. Nice. This is a great creature. Binary Moray. 5 power AI beast. After you raise the tide, ready Binary Moray. After your opponent raises the tide, exhaust Binary Moray. Reap. Archive a card. Very strong. You can potentially use it twice in a turn. And yeah, pretty cool. Let's see if we have some tide control cards in here. I'm hoping we do. Mechabooey. Amber Pip artifact. At the start of each player's turn, if the tide is high for that player, they gain 1. Okay, we definitely need some tide control in here. Mind Bullets. Action. Play 1 damage to each creature. Deal 1 damage to each creature for each card you have played this turn, including this one. If you understand The secrets of its power. Very cool card. Love the flavor text. Arm Drone. 1 power, 3 armor. Robot. Fight Steel 1. Bilge Warden. This is a 2 power creature, a human scientist. Play/reap. If the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide. Otherwise, you raise the tide. I was thinking about Bilge Warden when I was looking at the binary moray here. So use binary moray, raise the tide some other way, use it again, lower the tide with Bilge Warden, and then raise it again, and then you can use binary moray a third time. That's a lot of steps. You would need a lot of tide control cards on hand ready to go, but you might be able to like get 2 out of it pretty easily. If you can force your opponent to raise the tide for themselves with the Bilge Warden. Edai, very strong. Everybody knows Edai. 3 power, archive a card, increase your opponent's key cost for every archived card you have. Science is an action for the remainder of the turn. After you play another action card, gain 1. Submersive Principle does not pair well with science, but a very strong card. Action play. Each player loses 1 amber. If the tide is high, each player loses half their amber instead. Rounding down the loss. Very strong card. Talmage Steelheart. 3 power. Play. Give Talmage Steelheart a +1 power counter for each card you have played this turn, including this one. Theory or Conjecture. Action. Choose 1. Archive the top 2 cards of your deck, or play the top card of your deck. Okay. Not the best logos I've seen. I'll be honest here. Yeah, there's not really a theme here. Submersive Principle is great, obviously. We have a little bit of efficiency going on. Binary moray, some other archiving and stuff. Yeah, science with 1, 2. Well, do we even count the Submersive Principle? I don't know. 3, 4. 4 actions in here if we're counting Submersive Principle. Yeah, that's not a lot. And you could, in theory, play 1 more action off the top of your deck with Theory or Conjecture here, but On to Starland, starting off with away team. 5 power alien human robot destroyed. Put each upgrade on away team into its owner's archives. That could work really well with your Edai. Help you raise that key cost pretty high if we have some upgrades. CXO Tabor is a 3 power alien Crix. Fight/reap. You may player use a non-Starlands creature this turn. Second one of those, very good. Excuse me, you may play or use a non-Starlands card this turn, even better. 2 of those, very strong. I like the Starland so far. Static Collection Array is an artifact with an amber pip. Your keys cost -1 while the tide is high and +1 while the tide is low. Okay, so if the tide is high for me, and I have these both out, if I have both of these out, my keys are going to cost 5. If I have 4 amber, and at the start of my turn, the tide is high for me, I forge a key. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. If we have another interesting point, if we have a number of actions in Starlands here, we could potentially get more off of our science by playing it in Starlands off of a Tabor. Stunner. This creature gains fight/reap. You may stun a creature. Teresa. Teresa is a robot creature. Teresa may be used as if it belonged to either of its neighbor's houses, or it can be played as an upgrade that has the same text. You can use that creature as if it belonged to either neighbor. Binary moray would be a great target for that. Armadrone would be pretty good. Bilge Warden would be okay, I suppose. Tabor would be great, actually. either Tabor would be very strong. Another Grand Alliance Council. How many of these have I opened? That's a lot of Grand Alliance Councils. Okay, I'm not complaining. Strongest board wipe. Choose a creature in each house. Destroy each creature not chosen. Of each house, destroy each creature not chosen. Really strong. Light of the Archons. This creature gets +1 power and +1 armor for each upgrade attached to it. Nice. Officer's Blaster. This creature gets +2 power. This creature gains destroyed. Attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor. Unity or Discord. Choose one. Use a friendly non-Starland creature or return up to 2 friendly creatures and each upgrade attached to them to their owner's hands. So we could potentially get a bit of burst off of that. We have the 2 upgrades, 3 upgrades. Oh yeah, okay. So we could definitely get some burst there. And with away team, you're increasing your odds of getting that off. Zap has a Amber Pip on it. It's an action. Play, deal 1 damage to a creature for each house represented among creatures in play. A second Zap. Okay. Neat. Okay. So yeah, let's look at the actions here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So also not very many. But you know, potential to get it off on this turn with a Tabor. I really like Teresa in Tabor. So you could basically use Tabor on any turn. That's so good. Away team with all these upgrades. You get them in the archive, play them again for that Amber, and then you could possibly pick it up and play them down again with Unity or Discord. Really strong. Good burst potential there. Hey! This is fun. Whirlpool is an artifact. This is a location. At the end of each player's turn, that player gives control of the creature on their right flank to their opponent and moves it to that player's left flank. What? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Really cool card. I don't know if we have anything in here that's going to be a really strong candidate for that. I don't know, maybe this one, just because it's not great. Steelheart is like, whatever. You've got some fodder to send away to your opponent. Yeah, but it's a really fun card. It's a very fun card. Kaup. You don't want to send that to your opponent, that's for sure. Kaup is a 2-power creature. It's an aqua, and your opponent cannot play more than 1 card of each type during their turn. Tidal Wave. If the tide is high, destroy a creature and any of its neighbors. Your opponent raises the tide. Bubbles. 5-power creature. Put an enemy creature on top of its owner's deck. A little bit of disruption. Frigorific Rod is an item. Exhaust a creature or artifact. Got an Amber Pip on it. A second one of those. Very nice. Horrid Scion. 4-power creature with poison. Photic Raider. 2-power creature with capture 2. While the tide is high, Photic Raider gets +4 power. Portal. More of that tide control. Let's get a couple more of those. Ooh, okay. 2 is really good. Let's get 3. Rakuzel's Chant. Exhaust a creature. If the tide is high, exhaust each creature instead. Wicolia. Okay. Yeah, okay. I wish that the logos here was just a little bit faster. I really wish it was a little bit faster. What's it called? Eureka, Archon's Callback, something. This is really unimpressive. This is good. This is, Master of the Theory is like pretty meh because it's not going to fire most of the time. Mind Bullets is nice, is a very good way to deal with your opponent's board. Edai is great, obviously, but yeah, it's kind of a bit of a dud. I do like the Starlands. I like the house cheating. I really want to get Teresa on Tabor. Yeah, all these excellent cards. Great chance to... Uh-oh. One of my lights died on me. Hopefully the other one keeps going for me here. We may have to cut short if we if our lights go out. You definitely have the chance to do... You have more than one chance to get Teresa onto Tabor because you've got the away team. So if Tabor's not out at the time, you put it onto away team and then archive it and then get it later. And, you know, there's 2 Tabors, so that should be doable. Yeah, this seems like a neat deck. I also really like the Static Collection Array combo with the Mecha Buoy. I think there's a lot of pips in here. Let's count 1, 2, 3, and these with the potential to play multiple times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Decent for this set. Very decent for this set. Creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Huh. Also decent for this set. Amber Control. We've got Wikola. We've got Photic Raider. Yikes. Yikes. Nothing in Starland. Submersive Principle. Eat-Eye. Armadrone. Big yikes. Low Amber Control. Low Amber Control for sure. Need to hit Submersive Principle at the right moment. Make a big play on Submersive Principle. That's very important. House Cheating, great. Board Control, pretty good. Burst, potential for burst with like the upgrade play and the house cheating. Yeah, Disruption, pretty good. Yeah, 2 Frigorific Rods, that's pretty cool. Tide Control, yeah, 2 Portals, quite good. Any other Tide Control though? I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's just the 2 Portals, but that's pretty good. They use them to raise the tide. Oh, hello. What's your opinion of a good mix of creatures, amber pips, etc.? I mean, it really depends. Hi, Mark. It really depends on the set and the deck. If we're looking at Dark Tidings, which we are, the average seems to be pretty low for both, like in the mid-teens. It kind of just depends on what you want the deck to do. I tend to be more of a lover of the action-heavy deck. So I like a deck with lots of amber pips where the board stays relatively clear and you're blowing up your opponent's board and just drawing lots of cards and keep moving through your hand. So that needs a lot of amber pips on it. There are very effective decks with, like, you know, under 10 amber pips that can get a lot done just by having a very wide board. Like, you think about those World Collide decks with lots of annoying little creatures that do a lot of reaping, and Star Alliance house cheating, and yeah, just get a lot done on the board and not so much through the hand. So I think for this set, yeah, like the average is in the teens, but I'm really hoping to pull a deck that's got like close to 20 and lots of actions in it. But there's this set seems to be, they are trying to make you focus on using the board more, I think is what they're trying to do here. So thanks for the question. Very, very insightful question. Moving on to our next deck. Happy to have you, Mark. Thank you for joining. Snake Burns Raving. Diplomat. Snake Ferns, Raving Diplomat. Oddly looks a lot like a bird, not a snake. Okay, Logos, Shadows, and Dinosaurs. Come on, groundbreaking discovery. I really want it. I'm going to open it one day, and I'm going to lose my mind. Alrighty. Starting off here. What? Another one of these? Come on. Oh, man. Captain Ceaseforge is a 6-power cyborg creature. While you control another creature with one of the keywords it gets it to. It's really not exciting. This is a horrible way to start a deck. Anomaly Exploiter is an artifact. Action, destroy a damaged creature. Okay, it's all right. Bouncing Death Quark, much better. Action, play, destroy an enemy creature and a friendly creature. You may repeat this effect as many times as you like, as long as it's possible to repeat the entire effect. I like that with Captain Ceaseforge. I could think of a number of creatures I would rather destroy on my opponent's side than have the captain around. Forgive or Forget is a action. Choose one. Archive 2 cards of different types from your discard pile, or purge up to 2 cards of each from each discard pile. Oh, from each discard pile. Wow. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So I can get rid of this not great card out of my discard pile. That's great. So you can get more efficiency, or you can pull back really key cards that are going to make your deck work. Let's see if we have any key essential cards that we're going to want to pull back in here, or if we're going to want to thin our deck. That's a really neat card. Bilge Warden. 2-power human scientist. Play / repeat the tide is how your opponent raises the tide. Otherwise, you raise the tide. A second Bilge Warden. So if the tide is high, you play one, and they raise the tide, and then you play another, and you raise the tide. It's a weird to have in multiples, especially. Oh, but okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's funny. All right, Edai 4x4. We know Edai 4x4. We love Edai. 3-power. Play, archive a card. Your opponent's keys cost +1 for each card in their archives. In your archives, excuse me. Phase Shift. Love it. Classic. Play. You may play a non-logos card this turn. Static Charge. Got an Amber Pip on it. This creature gains at the start of your turn. Deal 2 damage to each of this creature's neighbors. Very strong card. It's 2 of those. Wow, I'm getting a lot of interesting redundancies tonight. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like having 2 of them in a deck. I'm gonna have to try some of these out and see how that goes. Talmage Steelheart, 3-power human. Play, give Talmage Steelheart a +1 power counter for each card you have played this turn, including this one. Okay. Yeah, another kind of disappointing logo. BDQ is great. 3 Bilge Wardens. I mean, we have lots of tide control. We have some efficiency with the Edai and the phase shift. A little bit of spot removal. I'm not impressed. Thoroughly not impressed. I do really like Forgive or Forget here. I don't know if it's the emphasis, but I feel like you get a lot of Edais. Redundancies are fun. I have been getting a lot of Edais. I got a lot last time. Not so many this time. Yeah, a lot of Bilge Wardens too, apparently. Yeah, I mean, in general in Keyforge, you want redundancies. You want multiples of a card. Welcome, Azadenke, by the way. You want multiples of a card. It's going to make the deck function just a little bit smoother for you. Because it'll be able to do the same things again. You'll be able to pull the same hat tricks multiple times. throughout your play. Oh, look, my light turned back on. We'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, you'll be able to, like, as you play the deck again and again, you'll see the same combos come up. You'll be put in the same situation multiple times, and it'll just help you generally, like, know what you're doing, know what to expect from the deck, know what the deck can handle. So yeah, redundancies tend to be good. 5 spoils of battle is maybe, you know, a little on the extreme side. Each time I turn up, you are revealing Logos cards and Edai is born. I love it. I love it. That's great. City, State, Interstate. Very strong card. Play each friendly creature captures 1. Cool. Let's see if we have more stuff to go with that. Paraguardian. Very good card. 6 power, 1 armor, reap. You may exalt Paraguardian. If you do, ward each of its neighbors. Pterodactyl. Very good. 12. So I get this one to turn on, and then the other light turns off. All right, well, you can still see. Pterodactyl is a beast. Pterodactyl enters play stunned. Pterodactyl only deals 4 damage when fighting. Before fight, deal 4 damage each of to each neighbor of the creature Pterodactyl fights. I'm gonna plug this light in case the other one goes out. I'll have a light. I apologize for that. I thought I charged them for a while, but I guess they were pretty low. My friend had a deck with 3 Seeker Needles and MM. Was a bit of a pain. Yeah, you know, that'd be better with Hard Simpson here, right? 3 Seeker Needles with Hard Simpson. 3 Seeker Needles is pretty good, though, because you can take care of a lot of pesky creatures or, like, wards and stuff. Okay. Australis Rostrum is an action. Move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. You like that with City State. You like that with Paraguardian. Cool. Get that amber that you've captured of your opponents. Put it onto their cards. Love it. Censor Philo. Ooh, very good with Rostrum. 5 power dinosaur politician. Censor Philo cannot be dealt damage by creatures with amber on them. So you move that amber from your creature that you've captured from them, you move it onto their creature, and then you fight it with the Philo, and you get that amber, and your Philo doesn't take any damage. Council Primus. 3 power creature, brings an enhancement of capture enhancement. Reap, move 1 from a creature to another creature. Great. It's the creature version of the Rostrum. I love it. Decadence. Wow, even more of that amber moving. Very cool. Choose 1, exalt ready, and use a friendly creature, or move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. Very strong. Reach advantage, more capturing. Amber pip on it. Play if the tide is high, a friendly creature captures 3. Otherwise, raise the tide. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of tide control so far. No, except for the 3 Bilge Wardens. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. That's very, very silly. This is not the redundancy that you want in your deck. Oh, man. Why couldn't they be 3 Edais? That would be amazing. If I had 4 Edais in this deck, then I'd be happy. Second reach advantage. There's some good redundancy. I have a couple with 2 already. You play 1, raise the tide, play the other, and capture, because it's not often you need to, like, capture 6. Okay, spoils of bat. No! I'm very sorry, everybody. We might have to cut this one short. This is deck number 7. This may need to be cut short, everyone. So I'll try to get through to the end of this deck here. Spoils of Battle goes really great with City State. Lots of capturing. Excellent. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. I'll try to get through to the end of this deck here. Yeah, that was my thoughts exactly. Whoop, indeed. We'll see if I can limp along to the end of this deck, and then I think we're going to have to call it a night. So Undead Nathis is a 12 power creature. While the tide is low, Undead Nathis deals no damage when fighting. Okay. Altum, the other kind of hated dino card in this set. 7 power, 2 armor. After Venatur Altum is dealt damage, if the tide is low, exalt Venatur Altum. Okay. Yeah, weird dinos with these 2 big creatures, lots of ways to capture, so that's pretty neat. Yeah, and move Amberine around. Okay, I like the dinos here pretty decently, I suppose. Captain No-Beard is a 3 power creature elf thief. Each of Captain No-Beard's neighbors gains taunt, reap, capture 1. Neat. I like it with all the amber moving around the board. Easy marks. Action exalt each damaged enemy creature. Pretty strong. Good if you can have some sort of mass damage card in here. Blatant Thievery has got an amber pip on it. It's an action. Play enrage an enemy creature. Move all amber from that creature to your pool. I feel like this is not... I don't know. It's only good against dinos, right? Monty Bank, 1 power elf thief. Play, you may exalt Monty Bank up to 2 times. Or I guess this would be good against Sanctum too. Action steal 1 for each amber on Monty Bank. I like this with the way we can move around amber. Generally, you want to move that amber onto your opponent, but you could use it with reach advantage. Capture 3 onto Monty Bank, and then if you can get it behind taunt off of like Captain No-Beard, yeah, that could be pretty strong. Stir up trouble. Action. Choose a creature and one of its neighbors. Each chosen creature deals damage equal to its power to the other. That could work out for you with the easy marks. Gas Pipes Malone. Elf Thief. Before fight, the creature Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 from its own side. Hard Simpson with a capture pip on it. 4 power elusive. After Hard Simpson is dealt damage, steal 1. If the tide is low, your opponent steals 1 instead. Hard Simpson must survive the damage. Not a ton of ways to hurt Hard Simpson that we're seeing so far here. Let's see if we've got any more. Hobnobber, 3 power elf thief action. If your opponent has 6 or more, steal 2. Kerwallop. Excellent. Very good. Okay, that can hit your Hard Simpson. Kerwallop, deal 1 damage to each creature, gain 1 for each creature destroyed this way. That can get you a pip, get you some amber off Monty Bank. That can just hit your Hard Simpson and damage it, so you can get that amber. That can pair very nicely with easy marks. Deal 1 damage to each creature and then exalt each damaged enemy creature. I love it. I love that. I pulled another deck with that. I don't remember if it was last week while I was doing this or if it was just another opening video. But yeah, that's a really, really strong little combo there. If you can get it off. There is some archiving in here, so you could archive one of them and save it until you can set that up. Scooped. Deal 2 damage to creature. If it is not destroyed, it captures 1 from its own side. Very nice with the easy marks. Shoulder ID. More of that. Taunting. Spectre. 6 power. Shoulder ID. Cannot fight. When shoulder ID would take damage, would deal damage, steal 1 instead. You can actually combo this with your easy marks. With your stir up trouble. So choose a creature and one of its neighbors. Each chosen creature deals damage equal to its power to the other. So shoulder ID doesn't do damage. So when it would deal that damage, you steal 1 instead. So you choose, I don't know, something you don't care about, Monty Bank, right? And you have them do damage to each other. Monty Bank does 1 damage to Shoulder ID. Shoulder ID can't do damage back, and you steal 1 instead. It's pretty neat. A second Shoulder ID. Okay. BDQ is one of the strongest removal cards in this set, in my opinion. You do have a number of creatures in here, just in logos, that I would be fine with hitting with BDQ. Talmage Steelheart, Captain, that thing, the Bilge Wardens. Forgive or Forget can definitely help you like slim down this logos house to be a little bit more usable. I don't know how much, if it's going to be enough. Decent amber control with the dinos here. Quite a bit of capturing. No cost control out of the dinos. No Faust or anything. So you are going to be able to hold your opponent off until they can wipe the board. There is a decent bit of that, moving amber around. You've got Paraguardian and Taunting to keep your Primus safe. There's only the one, and then there's the artifact as well. So, and Decadence. Yeah, move that amber around as much as you can. I don't know if it's enough. Captain Nobeard could probably get a fair amount of amber on him. Some neat tricks and shadows here. Monty Bank, if you can keep it safe and capture amber onto it and then use it on a future turn, yeah, that could be really good. I'm not going to exalt it and put amber out on the board with it, I think. I mean, and you can even capture, the Hard Simpson can capture amber onto Monty Bank, so that's pretty neat. You could get immediate value. Well, I mean, the turn after value, I guess. Like if you have Monty Bank down and then you play Hard Simpson, you could get value that way. Simpson is a little hard to do enough damage to in-house. Stir Up Trouble. Scooped is not a great way to do it. So really your only option is Kerwallop, and that does not do enough. So yeah. Interesting deck to be sure. Pips 1, 2, not a lot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yikes. That is not a lot of pips. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures and shadows. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 creatures. Kind of high for the set, but 3 of them are, and you can't always reap with it because you don't want to change the tide necessarily. I mean, there's not a ton of tide dependency in here. You don't care too much about the tide. Your opponent might. Hard Simpson, but Hard Simpson you might need to discard anyway. Yeah, I don't know. There's some neat tricks this deck can do. The City State follow up with Spoils of Battle is really good. Follow up with Easy Marks is awesome, but there are some key deficiencies in here. We'll take a quick look at Amber Control. Scooped. Hobnobbers, hard to count. Hard Simpson, Gas Pipes, Money Bank. So, okay, Amber Control, Captain Nobeard. So yeah, Spoils. Yeah, and then a good bit of capturing, but and a key cost control with Edai. But yeah, not a lot. Not a lot. 7 pips is like barely enough for 1 key, so that's a little bit worrisome. Overall, I think this deck could have some fun, interesting games to it. I do want to try purging out Logos creatures with the forgive or forget. See if you can make it a little bit more efficient, but that's only going to be 2 creatures, and you know, it's only going to matter the second run through your deck, so that's not great. Not very great at all. Okay. My second light is charging now. This light is not dead yet. I also have my phone. I'll try to sprint for one more. We'll see if I can get number 8 done here. End on a nice even. Marsh of Chester Bay. Okay, Marsh of Chester Bay. Sanctum, Star Alliance, and Fish. Neat. I like it. Star Alliance for that house cheating. Sanctum for that burst. Fish for that disruption. Okay. The tab is greater than the tool in this particular case. Yeah, we'll see what we got here. I do like that none of the houses in this set are like bummers to open, like Unfathomable or Brobnar in Worlds Collide or something like that. Ethereal Seas Chosen, starting off with this 3-power creature. While the tide is high, Ethereal Seas Chosen gains skirmish and fight, gain 2. Pretty decent effect. Ethereal Lands Chosen, say 3-power creature, human monk. While the tide is low, Ethereal Lands Chosen gains +3 armor and gets +3 armor and gains reap capture 2. Tide is low effects. I don't know why you would really want them. Generally speaking, you want the tide to be high in your Dark Tidings deck, so it's a bit weird. Harmonic Ritual. Choose a friendly creature. If its left neighbor shares a house with the gain 1, and repeat this effect on that creature. Potential. Huge burst. Light Everlasting is an action. Play a Sanctum creature from your discard pile anywhere in your battle line. That's very cool. Oh, look, there's a little Mars guy in there. Hi, Mars. Mars made it into the set. I love it. I love it. Radiant Truth is an action. Play stun each enemy creature not on a flank. Very strong card. Super happy to see it in the set. Stunning a bunch of enemy creatures is very underrated. When you have little board control, it can make a huge difference. Really slow down your opponent. Strong pace card. Cleansing Wave. Action. Heal 1 damage from each creature. Gain 1 for each creature healed in this way. Let's hope we see some mass damage. I don't know what there would be. There's the one Sanctum card that does it. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it does 3 damage to either creature not on a flank. General Salvador is a 4-power, 2-armor creature with 2 capture enhancements. Shifting Battle Line. Move a friendly creature anywhere in your battle line. That creature captures 1. A second one of those. Sir Bever, 1-power, 5-armor alien knight with taunt. Strange card. Strange Ordination. There's another strange card for you. 3 Amber Pips on it. Play only if the tide is high. Gotta love the burst in this deck so far. Holy moly. Okay, well, if there wasn't enough already. Urian the Circumspect. 3-power, 1-armor. Reap, gain 1. Gain Amber equal to Urian the Circumspect's armor. So far, nothing that's gonna boost that armor. But we do have ways of keeping it safe with taunt, and you know that's still basically a Do Fairy, which is a very strong card. Oh, I like this one. Oathbird Device. Artifact with an Amber Pip on it. It's an item. Choose the same active house they chose on their previous turn. I really like that card. Maybe Mars will get a return in next set. They're kind of hinting at that. There was like some video FFG released that kind of hinted that Mars might be coming back in the next set. So we can hope so. Oh no, my light. So much for Light Everlasting, huh? Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. We're back. I'm just gonna keep shuffling between these two lights. I think I better call it after this one, though, because this is very unprofessional. I'm gonna... have my YouTube license revoked, kicked off of the YouTubes. Okay, 2 Ulfbird devices. We were talking about redundancy earlier. This is not exactly something you want redundancy with. I mean, it makes it more consistent. Like, if we're counting on Ulfbird device to be out, it will come out sooner this way. But having 2 of them is no different than having 1 of them on the board, except that it's harder for your opponent to get rid of it. Each player cannot use the same active house they chose on their previous turn. I really like this card. It's just so fun. It's like, well, it's just like, okay. Okay. On to Ambervac. Play Raise the Tide. This creature gains at the start of your turn. If the tide is high, capture 2. Nice. A little bit of Amber control, a little bit of tide control. Biome Discovery. Action. Play if the tide is high. You may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard one of them. Otherwise, raise the tide. A little bit more of that tide control. Got an Amber Pip on it as well. CR Officer Hawkins is a 2-power creature with deploy. Play, gain 1 for each of CR Officer Hawkins' non-Star Alliance neighbors. So this does have the Harmonic Ritual in it, and then enough creatures around on your battle line, shifting battle line. So that's actually really good with Harmonic Ritual. I just realized that. 2 shifting battle lines to move creatures around and make Harmonic Ritual trigger for even more. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sanctum creatures. That could make for some big burst. And Hawkins, you know, you're okay to like deploy Hawkins in there, get some Amber off of that, and then move it around later with the battle line. Diplomat Agung, very good. Play, fight, reap for the remainder of the turn. A friendly creature belongs to the house of your choice in addition to its other houses. Great with Urian. Get a little extra burst in there with your Urian. Light of the Archons, also great with Urian. This creature gets +1 armor and +1 power for each upgrade attached to it. We already have the Ambervac in here. So yeah, okay. We've got a Urian deck going. We've got a crazy burst deck here. Officer's Blaster. This creature gets +2 power. This creature gains destroyed. Attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor. And there is Sir Bever in here for taunting as well. So yeah, Ulfbird device. You can keep bouncing between Sanctum and Star Alliance and hit it with the Agung. Keep your Agung safe on the other side of Sir Bever. I really like this. This is looking pretty cool. Second Officer's Blaster. So huge burst potential off of Urian. If you can get Light of the Archons on there, man, that could go crazy. Okay, 3 Officer's Blaster. Talking about that redundancy. That's kind of weird. I mean, you can have 6 floating around the battlefield. That's kind of cool. Operative Espion, 4-power alien creature with elusive. After a player raises the tide during their turn, they may use a creature they control. Technobabble is a action with an Amber Pip on it. Stun a creature in each of its neighbors that shares a house with it. Looks like... Okay. On to Unfathomable. Starting off with Kaup, another creature you're going to want to keep safe. They 2-power Aqua, and your opponent cannot play more than 1 card of each type during each turn. Very strong card. Bubbles, Disruption, 5-power Aqua creature deck. Slow your opponent down there. Call of the Void. Pip. Exhaust a creature. If it was already exhausted, destroy it instead, and its controller loses 1. I love that card. Hookmaster, 4-power, 1 armor, Aquan. Fight. If the tide is high, your opponent loses 2. Also, a solid choice for some upgrades. Make it more powerful, make it have more armor. Yeah, cool. Second Hookmaster, I like it. Horrid Cyan, this one with a capture pip. 4 power beast creature with poison. I like the idea of capturing some amber onto there. You make your opponent pay to get it back. Maelstrom, put each creature on top of its owner's deck in a random order, gain 2 chains. This is a good follow-up if your opponent board wipes and then plays out a board. That can help diminish that effect there. A second Maelstrom, that is not great. We need our creatures. We need our creatures on the board, I'm sensing from this deck. Yeah, so not super happy about that. Fought a greater 2 power creature, play, capture 2 while the tide is high. Fought a greater gets +4 power. Rakuzel's Chant, exhaust a creature if the tide is high. Exhaust each creature instead. Seabringer Krakoa, 7 power taunting creature with destroyed, raise the tide. So yeah, we could put Kaup behind there. Storm Surge, your opponent cannot ready cards during the next ready card step on the during the ready card step of their next turn. Okay. Let's count pips because I'm a little worried about pips here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. A lot of pips. I don't know why I was worried about it. Nothing to be worried about there. 18 pips plus Harmonic Ritual with a good number of creatures. Cleansing Wave. I don't think there's any way to mass damage anything here. But Cleansing Wave is still pretty decent. You could heal up your Hook Masters and get a little burst there. Yeah, some decent things to get with Cleansing Wave. Obviously, Urian, big potential there. You got to set it up. You got to get a little bit lucky with the ordering because there's no archiving in here or anything. Yeah, definitely a huge burst potential deck, though. Radiant Truth going to help slow your opponent down. Let's look at these creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Unfathomable. Quite a few. And yeah, like that Radiant Truth could really fire here. Or not Radiant Truth. Whatever this thing, Harmonic Ritual could really fire here. 1, 2. Is that it? There's 2 Starlands creatures? Oh, 3. Yeah, 3 Starlands creatures. Not a lot, but you do have the Diplomat for some house cheating, specifically with Urian. And I, like I said earlier, I really like that with Ulfbert Device. Just like keep bouncing houses and you can use Urian every turn. That's pretty cool. So that's a total of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So by far the most in Unfathomable. This is a really interesting Ulfbert deck. Yeah, I mean, you don't want a ton of creatures necessarily with Ulfbert, because you want to be bouncing houses a lot. Yeah, this is really interesting. Let's look at the Amber control. Photic Raider. Some capturing. Hookmasters. Slow, but effective. Yeah. You can make them big, so you can have pretty strong Hookmasters. You can use them off turn with Diplomat. Ambervac. Shifting Battle Line. And that is it. Lands chosen, but that's pretty meh. Yeah, so you're going to need to burst. There's no key cheat in here to close it out, which is a little disappointing. Huge burst potential, though. Looks very fun. And decent disruption, so hopefully that can slow your opponent down enough that your minimal amber control will help you limp over the finish line there first. Remains to be seen. All right, I'm feeling pretty confident about how much light we're getting out of this one light here, and the other one is charging, so I'm feeling pretty good about cracking another here. I'm going to try to get to the end. Ooh, hooray, an evil twin. And look at the art on this thing. That is very cool. I don't know how to describe that. Bubbles coming up through there? There's some bubbles and like a wrench hand or something. Wow, that's really cool. And it's a Xena deck. Xena Ziltgicki's evil twin. Sanctum Shadows Saurian. All right, gonna hope for some Urian evil twin. Let's get 5. Sorry, not Urian. Urian evil twin is bad. We do not want Urian evil twin. We want 5 evil twin urchins. That's what we want. Evil twin urchin is pretty awesome. Larry of the Lake, evil twin. 3 power. While the tide is high, Larry of the Lake gets +5 armor. Okay. Second one of those. Okay, so 2 creatures with a bunch of armor when the tide is high. 3 of them. I hope this is not a Urian. Another evil twin Urian deck. I will be sad. Aja the Inconspicuous, 3 power human knight. While Aja the Inconspicuous is not on a flank, it cannot be dealt damage. Okay. Barrister Joya, very strong card. 5 power, 1 armor human knight. Enemy creatures cannot reap. It's got a damage pip on it. I wonder what that's from. Not a ton of damage enhancements in this set. Maybe a Miasma Bomb. That would be really neat. Hadron's Wall. Each friendly flank creature gets +2 power. Very strong with the Barrister. Make it even harder for your opponent to take care of. I like it. Light Everlasting. Play a Sanctum creature from your discard pile anywhere in your battle line. Again, very strong with the Barrister. As soon as they manage to get rid of it, bring it back. Badge Megas. Human Knight, 4 power. Deploy, fight, ready, and fight with each of Badge Megas' neighbors one at a time. Okay with our very beefy Larrys, I guess. Hammergram with a damage pip on it. Action, play, deal 3 damage to creature and stun it. So, decent removal there. Strange Ordination, play only if the tide is high. Got those 3 amber pips on it. What's the proportion of evil twin decks that I've opened so far? Let's see. I would say there's probably 1 to 2 in a display, like 1 to 2 out of 12-ish, somewhere around there. I'm not sure what the I know that they have like a set number of decks, like percentage of evil twin decks. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Taxing Journey. Amber pip on it. Action. A friendly creature captures 1. Each of its neighbors that shares a house with it also captures 1. That's pretty good with the big Larrys. Hard to get it back. A second one of those. Okay. Nice. Good to see some capturing. Ooh, look at the art on this guy. Bestiari Urso. 5 power. Play/fight, stun a creature. Okay, so the non-evil twin version is unstun a creature. I think I like this more because the unstun one is too dependent on you having those big dino creatures that come in stunned. So that's pretty cool. Censor Philo, 5 power creature, dinosaur politician. Of course, this is the evil twin. It is play, deal 5 damage to creature with amber on it. Cool. A second one of those. Okay. It is a creature with amber on it. So if your opponent doesn't have any, you have to hit your own. Yeah, that seems like a pretty decent proportion. I don't know. I think you have a pretty good chance of opening one if you open a display. Physicus Felix is a 5-power creature. Evil Twin. Play/fight. If the tide is low, you may exalt a creature. Okay. The tide is low. I mean, I don't know. If you're playing against not Dark Tidings, it's like probably not going to come up very much. Dino, you didn't play. Destroy an enemy creature with amber on it. So we have we really want our opponents to have amber on their creatures. Hopefully we've got like some way to put amber on our opponent's creatures, like the Carpe Venum or whatever that wine one is. It lets you exalt 2 enemy creatures. 5 power, 1 armor. Corsian Octavia. Action. Capture 2. A second one of those. Crushing Charge. Action. Destroy each creature with 4 or with power 4 or lower. Gain a chain. Great. Blow up your opponent's board. I like it. Medicus Lacus. 5 power. While the tide is high, you may spend amber on friendly creatures as if it were in your pool. I mean, we do have these 2 taxing journeys. That's pretty good. Yeah, I could set up a threat there. And 2 Corsian Octavias as well. So, okay. It is unfortunate that a lot of our Sanctum creatures would get hit by the board wipe we have here, but a reach advantage. Okay, that goes really well with the Lacus. Amber Pip on it. Action. Play. If the tide is high, a friendly creature captures 3. Otherwise, raise the tide. Spoils of Battle. This seems to be my new favorite card. Amber Pip on it. Action. A friendly creature captures 1. Each creature with amber on it captures 1 from its opponent. Also really good with the Taxing Journey. A second Spoils of Battle. I mean, that's pretty good. That really, yeah, that'll really eat into your opponent's amber count. And I really like it with the Lacus, so we can spend that amber, or at least put our opponent in a corner where they're going to have to take the tide or deal with the Lacus. So many Spoils of Battle. I mean, it's a good card. It's a very good card. Hard Simpson, 4 power. This is the Evil Twin, of course. Reap. If the tide is high, a damaged creature captures 1 from its own side. I like this more than the non-Evil Twin version. Yeah. Hopefully there's a number of ways to ping our opponents, and then we can make them capture amber from their own side. I like this a lot. One-Eyed Willa, Evil Twin, 2 power, elusive skirmish. Fight. If the tide is high, your opponent loses 2. So instead of steal 1, it's make your opponent lose 2 if the tide is high. But the skirmish and elusive is always active, as opposed to with the Evil Twin, it's only active when the tide is high. I think this is maybe not as good as the original, but interesting. Dead Man's Chest. Got an amber pip on it. It's a treasure. Play. Put 4 amber on Dead Man's Chest from the common supply. Deal 2 damage to a creature. After 6 or more creatures are destroyed in a turn, if Dead Man's Chest is ready, move each amber from Dead Man's Chest to the active player's pool. Okay. Risky to play because your opponent has the first crack at it, because it has to be ready to trigger, so you can't do it on the same turn you play it. However, we have Crushing Charge, which destroys each creature with power 4 or lower. In our own deck, we have a number of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 creatures that could be hit by that. So you could potentially trigger it on your next turn. So it would be a gamble, but it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Mole. This creature gains. Your opponent may spend amber on this creature as if it were in their pool. Very cool. Very good with the Evil Twin Hard Simpson. put the amber onto your opponent's creature and then put Mole on there, and then you can you can spend it right away. It's pretty neat. Brand the Fanatic, excellent card. 3 power, Skirmisher, play your opponent gains 1, destroyed, steal 3. Any way to get rid of it in house? Not yet. Not yet. Miasma Bomb, yep, there it is. Artifact, it's a weapon with a damage enhancement. Action, destroy Miasma Bomb. Your opponent skips Forge a Key Step during their next turn. Very strong card. Lets you set up for that, you know, capturing on your next turn or whatever it is you need to do. A second Miasma Bomb. Ooh, okay. Gas Pipes Malone, 3 power, Elf Thief. Before fight, the creature Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 from its own side. Also works great with the Mole in there. Hornswoggle, use an enemy artifact as if it were yours. Got an Amber Pip on it. Ah, dropped a card. Hey, all right. Kerwallop. Deal 1 damage to each creature. Gain 1 for each creature destroyed this way. Goes very good with Hard Simpson. That mass damage in there. Could be okay with Kerwallop, I guess. I mean, with could be okay with Brand, I suppose. You still need more damage on it. Yeah, no cleansing wave or anything in here. Mug, okay. That'll do your Brand for you. Amber Pip on it. Play, move 1 amber from a creature to your pool, deal 2 damage to that creature. Pretty neat. Walk the Plank. If your opponent has no amber, deal 4 damage to a creature, otherwise steal 1. Pretty neat. Can set up Kerwallop there, can set up Hard Simpson, Evil Twin there. Nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. Yeah, this deck is very interesting. Let's look at the Amber Pips. 1, 2. Do we count these ones? We can count this. 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if you can count that because maybe you don't play it. 9, 10, 11. We'll say 8, 9, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Quite a bit for Dark Tidings. So yeah, reasonable amount of burst in here. And let's look at the Amber Control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's slow. 6, because it's slow. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just counting cards that affect that control Amber. 12, 13. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. And you know, a decent bit of this is capture, but we have some pretty good creatures to capture. The Larry is a pretty good spot for you to capture. Joya is going to mess with your opponent's Amber generation for sure. Hadron's Wall is going to make those creatures even bigger, harder for your opponent to handle, and a number of big dinos as well. Yeah, just big old dinos board. Like everything's 5 power in dinos. And you can just keep capturing their Amber. And then Shadows is going to do a lot of like putting their Amber onto their creatures type stuff and stalling you out with Miasma Bomb. 2 Miasma Bombs. That's quite a bit of stall you could do. And yeah, this looks pretty decent. There's no big combo, you're missing the Urian and, his evil twin, so you can do the combo anyway. And you're missing easy marks with Kerwallop. You do have a few ways to get rid of the Brand on your own turn, so that could work out for you. Hard Simpson is interesting here, very interesting. I think you have a number of ways that you could take advantage of it. Yeah, the Willa would help you take advantage of the Simpson. If you have Willa out already, you fight something and then put Amber onto it with Hard Simpson. Yeah, this looks like a pretty good deck. I'm liking the Evil Twins. I really like the Evil Twin mechanic. I think it's a fun little twist on the game. Okay. Light is still on. The yellow light is charging. That means we are pressing on. We are pressing on. Three left. Three more. We got this. All right. Shadows, Star Alliance, and Dinos. Not a lot of Logos in this box. Logos is my favorite, despite my name being Brobnar89. Logos is definitely my favorite house, just because they help facilitate all the cool things you can do in other houses. Logos lets you set them up. I like combos and stuff. So, okay, very strong start. City, state, interstate. Get that capture in. Paraguardian, 6 power, 1 armor. Exalt it. You can ward the neighbors. Wipe clear. Amber Pip. Deal 1 damage to each creature. Destroy each upgrade. Carpe Venum. Exalt 2 enemy creatures. Console Primus, 3 power, enhance, reap, move, brings a capture enhancement. Reap, move 1 amber from a creature to another creature, a second one of those. Faust the Great, your opponent's keys cost +1 for each friendly creature with amber on it. Play, you may exalt a friendly creature. Lapiosaurus, 4 power, 2 armor, taunting creature. While attacking Lapiosaurus, enemy creatures gain before fight, exalt this creature. Pretty neat. Already some good targets for putting behind taunt here. And the Primus, if you don't have any amber out on the board, you can exalt something with Faust and then move it to your opponent. So pretty cool. Magister Vita, 5 power, play / reap. You may exalt a friendly non-Saurian creature. If you do, reap with it. Very strong with all the amber manipulation we have on the board here. A second one of those. Really like that with the 2 Primus here. That's very good. Whoopsies. Ostracize. Lose 1 if you do purge a creature. Very strong card. Very worth it. Yeah, Logos is awesome. Logos is the best house in my opinion. Some people say Dis. Dis has a lot of really strong abilities. All of my best decks, my very, very best decks, have Logos, Dis, and something. Logos, Dis, Shadows, Logos, Dis, Untamed, and Logos, Dis, Dinos. Those are my 3 best decks. Undagnathus is a 12 power creature. While the tide is low, Undagnathus deals no damage while fighting. This would have been good with all the capturing we had in the other deck. Here, some capturing in here. We'll see how it is. Captain Nobeard, 3 power. Each of Captain Nobeard's neighbors gains taunt, reap, capture 1. This would actually be pretty good next to the Undagnathus. Like, okay, you can lower the tide or raise the tide and then fight it and not take any damage, but you're still not going to get to the amber for a while. So that's pretty cool. I haven't tried Captain Nobeard, and now I got 2 in 1 box here. Yeah, and lots of great things to put behind taunt so far. So that's neat to see. Yeah, Faust the Great with City, State, Interstate is so good. Booby Trap, Amber Pip on it, action, 4 damage to a creature that is not on a flank with 2 damage splash. Old Bruno, 3 power elusive, play, capture 3. Ceaseforge, sorry, choose 1, archive any number of friendly creatures from play. Choose a creature, deal 1 damage to it for each amber your opponent has. Okay. I hope we find some great creatures to archive. So far, not really seeing anything that we're going to want to hide away. Whisper, elusive, 3 power creature with the action. Lose 1 if you do destroy a creature. Interesting. Ostracize in the same deck here. Gas Pipes Malone, 3 power Elf Thief. Before fight, the creature Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 from its own side. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hobnobber, action. If your opponent has 6 or more, steal 2. So 3 power creature. One of those. Hornswoggle, got an Amber Pip on it, and this one got a capture. You use an enemy artifact as if it were yours. Jackie Tar, 2 power elusive, deal 1 damage to a creature if the tide is high, 6 damage to it instead. Here we go. Sea Urchin, 1 power creature, Aquan Thief, poison. Play, capture 1 if the tide is high, steal 1 instead. Very nice with the Safe or Sorry. You can play the Urchin, put it away into your archive with Safe or Sorry. Play it again later. Very strong. Hopefully we have another one. Aw. Walk the Plank. If your opponent has no amber, deal 4 damage to a creature. Otherwise, steal 1. Whoa. Okay, on to Star Alliance United Action. For the remainder of the turn, you may play cards from any house for which you have cards in play. You cannot use cards this turn. Could be pretty decent. It's an interesting card. Ambervac. Play, raise the tide. This creature gains at the start of your turn. If the tide is high, capture 2. Little tide control. A second one of those. Okay. Very interesting. Undagnathus, I guess, is a good spot for that to sit. Diplomat Agung, 2 power, play, fight, reap. For the remainder of the turn, a friendly creature belongs to the house of your choice in addition to its other houses. What do we have? Hobnobber could be good for that. Gas Pipes. Vita. To get that extra house cheating in. Primus, just to get that ability in. Power Guardian, perhaps. Power Guardian, pretty neat. Lots of creatures that you might want to keep safe. Diplomat as well. Grand Alliance Council, this box's favorite card. Choose a creature of each house, destroy each creature not chosen. So strong. A second Grand Alliance Council. Very neat. I like that a lot. Lieutenant Valmart. 3 power, play, fight, reap. If the tide is high, your opponent's keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. Sorry, keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. Operative Espion is a 4 power creature. This one got a capture pip on it. It's elusive. After a player raises the tide during their turn, they may use a creature they control. Shield You Later, 3 power, 2 armor. Shield You Later can be played as an upgrade and give a creature +2 armor. Technobabble, action, stun a creature in each of its neighbors that shares a house with it. Unity or Discord, choose one. Use a friendly non-Star Alliance creature, or return up to 2 friendly creatures and each upgrade attached to them to their owner's hands. Really interesting here. I don't think we have any other upgrades other than the Ambervax, which is not ideal because you might be bouncing Amber back to your opponent. But with the Vita, it's very interesting to use a friendly non-Star Alliance creature. Again, with the Diplomat too. So, yeah, you could have some interesting house cheating plays there. A second Unity or Discord. Wow. Cool. So, decent amount of house cheating in there. I like that. Let's look at those pips. 1. Yikes. 2. 3. Okay. 4. Wow. Yikes. Yikes indeed. All right. Not a ton. So you're going to rely on the board a lot for this deck. A lot. There's lots of board cheating in here, which is good. Some speed hand cheating with United Action that could work for you. Which you have cards in play. So no artifacts though. Yikes. Yeah, eek. 4 amber pips is so few. Oh my gosh. All right. Creatures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So you are going to be relying on the board. Fortunately, there's a very wide board and a very cheaty board. So there's lots of potential, Unity or Discord to get into your shadows on the off turn. Vita to trigger your Agung. Exalt your Agung, trigger it on your Dino's turn, and then use that to get into your shadows to reap with Jackitar or use Hobnobber to steal. Yeah, so you're going to be relying on that board a lot. Decent board control, pretty good actually, with just 2 Grand Alliance councils. Some stuff that can fight Jackitar does some good control. Safer Sorry could work for you. Booby Trap, Undegnathus, When the Tide is High, Ostracize, Spot Removal. Yeah. Carpe Venum gets you some good extra little amber in there. Put it on your opponent's board, and you should be able to take care of it. Get it into your pool eventually. City State, clutch amber control here. Let's see what else we've got for amber control. Oh, Technobabble for a little bit of slowing your opponent down in that board control as well. Amber Vac, 2 Amber Vacs for amber control. It's slow. Walk the Plank, Sea Urchin, some stealing. We were counting number of cards. That's 4, 6 here, 7. 8, 9. Not bad, actually. Not bad. 10. Oh, I didn't. 10. 11. So actually pretty decent amber control in here. So yeah, I mean, you're going to rely on the board. You got to have a big board out. But there's lots of ways to mess around on the board and get maximum value out of the board you have out. I like this. This looks fun. Tricky to use, I think. And when you drop those board clears is going to matter a lot. But you have some really powerful creatures that can get some really neat house cheating done. And you're going to need it to get that amber up. Amber control is not too much of a concern. Board control is not a huge concern either. Looks like this could be a very fun deck. I'm excited to try it. The Comrade of Books. The Comrade of Books. I don't think I read the Archon name for that one. All right, 2 left. Groundbreaking Discovery. Let's see it. Shadows, Sanctum, and Untamed. Gonna be hard to find a groundbreaking discovery in here. Yeah, come on. Man, what happened, Tool? This Tool was so hopeful. My tools failed me. There we go. See you later, man. Thanks for dropping by. Last two openings. I'll have you know. Blaze Brain, the underground stable hand. Okay. Blaze Brain. Sometimes I have a Blaze Brain. Vault Keeper, 4 power, 1 armor. Your amber cannot be stolen. Very strong. Great card. Honor or Glory. Play, choose 1, deal 3 damage to each flank creature. Deal 3 damage to each creature not on a flank. Very strong with Cleansing Wave, especially because a lot of your knights have 2 armor. So you can damage a bunch of your own creatures for 1 or 2, and then heal them up with Cleansing Wave and get a huge burst. Red Hand Registry. Artifact, Amber Pip on it. After Amber is stolen from your opponent, after Amber is stolen from you, your opponent skips the Forge a Key step during their next turn. Very strong card. Really lots of stealing hate on the Sanctum board here. Badge Magus is a 4-power human knight. Deploy, fight, ready, and fight with each of Badge Magus's neighbors, 1 at a time. Bulwark, 4-power, 1 armor, assault 2. Each of Bulwark's neighbors gains assault 2. General Salvador, 4-power, 2 armor, 2 capture enhancements, brought into the deck by Salvador. Hammergram, play, deal 3 damage to creature, and stun it. Shifting Battle Line, Amber Pip on it. Move a friendly creature anywhere in your battle line. That creature captures 1. Staunch Knight, 2 power, 4 power, 2 armor. Staunch Knight gets +2 power while it's on the flank. Strange Ordination, 3 Amber Pips. Play only if the tide is high. Taxing Journey, a friendly creature captures 1. Each of its neighbors that share a house with it also capture 1. A second Taxing Journey. Okay. Very interesting. Good number of pips in here. Stealing Hate for sure. I like it. No Cleansing Wave, unfortunately. Some good fighting. Badge Magus and Bulwark go great together. Get that Assault in, and you can, if you take something out with the Assault from Badge Magus, then you can just keep using it again and again. I like it. Salvador works well with Badge Magus, as well as does Staunch Knight. Any of those big creatures you want to use for fighting. Pretty cool. Taxing Journey, very good to capture Amber onto those big creatures. On to Shadows. Early Birds. 2 Amber Pips on an alpha. Play ready each Shadows card. Master Plan. Amber Pip on it. Artifact. Item. Play. Put a card from your hand face down under Master Plan. Very cool card. Submersible is an artifact. Got an Amber Pip on it. While the tide is high, each friendly thief creature gains elusive. Blatant Thievery. Action. Enrage an enemy creature. Move all Amber from that creature to your pool. Little Nif. 2 power. Omega. Deploy elusive after a neighbor of Little Nif fights. Steal 1. Cement Shoes. Play, deal 2 damage creature. If the damage destroys that creature, raise the tide. Hobnobber. 3 power. Action. If your opponent has 6 or more, steal 2. Mug. Got an Amber Pip. Action. Move 1 Amber from a creature to your pool. Deal 2 damage to that creature. Second Mug. 3 Mugs. One-Eyed Willa. 2 power. While the tide is high, One-Eyed Willa gains elusive in skirmish. Fight, steal 1. Very strong card. Shoulder Id. 6 power. Taunting creature. Shoulder Id cannot fight. While Shoulder Id would deal damage, steal 1 instead. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. So Mugs go great with the Taxing Journey here. That could work out for you. You get that Amber into your pool instead of just on your creatures, especially if you capture it onto Sanctum creatures with armor like Salvador or Bulwark. Master Plan. We'll have to see if there's anything good, really good for Master Plan. It might just be a bit of efficiency for you. Yeah, I don't see anything that's going to be like some great house cheating. Cement Shoes is good for that tide control. Interesting. Cross Porpoises. Play Raise the Tide and Rage 2 enemy creatures. Got an Amber Pip on it. Gabuk, 5 power destroyed. Discard the top card of your deck. If this is a creature, Gabuk leaves play. Put that creature into play. Gabuk's position in the battle line. Ritual of the Balance is an artifact. Power action if your opponent has 6 or more. Steal 1. Spore Gorger, 4 power Reap. Give Spore Gorger a +1 power counter. You may remove each +1 power counter from Spore Gorger. For each counter removed this way, deal 1 damage to each other creature. Interesting card. We'll see if we have power counter manipulation in here. Assert Dominance. For the remainder of the turn, a friendly creature gains skirmish. Ready and fight with that creature. Do we have anything that's really going to like that here? One-Eyed Willa would be a nice thing to use there. Anything next to Lil Nif, I guess. Actually, Lil Nif with Badge Magus. That could be next to Badge Magus. That could be really strong. Lil Nif next to Badge Magus. With the Assert Dominance. You Badge Magus again. Yeah. Or Lil Nif next to Badge Magus's neighbor, maybe. Yeah, because you don't want it next to Badge Magus because you don't want to be fighting with Lil Nif. So you put it next to Bulwark, maybe. And then Bulwark can fight. And Badge Magus can fight. And then ready Bulwark and Bulwark can fight again. Something like that. And Assert Dominance can get the Badge Magus to fight on the off turn. And then you get to fight with Badge Magus's neighbors. Yeah, because it's ready and fight. So that could be pretty cool. A little bit of house cheating there. Chelonia. 2 power elusive. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, gain 1. Very strong. Second Chelonia. Excellent. 3 Chelonias. Okay. Let's see a Key Frog. That would be nice. Floomp with a capture pip on it. 3 power creature. Skirmish fight. Give a beast creature 2/1 power counters. Okay. That works with the Spore Gorger. In fighting, each creature deals damage equal to its power to its right neighbor. Good to see a board wipe. The Fittest. Give each friendly creature a +1 power counter. That really works with the Spore Gorger because you're going to damage boost everything and then damage everything after. Way of the Pixie. This creature gains Reap. Gain 1. This one with a capture pip on it. Chelonia with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in Untamed. We also have some taunting. So yeah, interesting potential. Big burst in this deck, I want to say. Let's look. Way of the Pixie we can count. For 1, doing this backwards here. 2 from the Fittest. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So if we're counting Chelonias as pips, we have 22 pips in here. Chelonia is, like you need another creature to play it and the tide needs to be high, but I don't know. You with 3 of them, you raise the tide and you get the amber, right? Oh no, the light. by the light. Don't worry. Be an expert at swapping these out here by the end. All right. Yeah, so big burst potential in here. I really wish there was Keyfrog. I would feel a lot better about this deck with Keyfrog. Let's look at Amber Control. We have some capture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 cards with Amber Control in here. Not bad. Not too bad. Yeah, it could be decent. Board control, cross purposes counts as some board control. Spore Gorger, assert dominance. That's 3. Infighting, 4. These count for something. Cement shoes, that's 8. Enrage a creature, count as 9. Yeah, and then some fighting creatures as well, including the Badge Magus and Honor of Glory. I feel like the board control is pretty decent in here too. This deck looks pretty good. This deck seems quite good. Amber Control we looked at, and Pips we looked at, and board control. Huh. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what you would play under the Mastermind, and I'm not seeing anything that would be like an amazing play. So you might just play something for efficiency just to get it out of your hand, or yeah, I mean pretty much just to move through your deck. Yeah, this looks, there's no like trick to this necessarily, but it looks pretty good. No artifact control, but this could be pretty strong. It doesn't seem to have much efficiency to it, but I don't know. Seems pretty good, and there's a decent amount of board cheating in there, so you know, you get a lot of value off of playing out the board. Seems like it could be neat. All right, ending with a Star Alliance, Untamed, Logos, Evil Twin deck, the Babu of North Isle's Evil Twin. The Babu of North Isle. Okay. Loving the Evil Twin art in here. Super cool. All right. Come on, groundbreaking discovery. I wanted so much. Armadrone. This one's got a draw pip on it. It is the Evil Twin is a 3-power creature with Fight Steel 2. Potential for some, yeah, that could be very strong. Old EGAT Evil Twin. I love it. Yes. 3-power. Destroy, enrage each enemy creature. That could be so good. That could be very good. Second one. Okay, cool. Wow. Talmage Steelheart is a 3-power creature. Play, deal damage to an enemy creature equal to the number of cards you have played this turn, including this one. That's pretty neat. I haven't seen the Evil Twin of that yet. Ooh, SLRS Australis. Artifact. Action. Exhaust up to 3 friendly Logos creatures. For each creature exhausted in this way, play the top card of your deck one at a time. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That could be pretty cool. Mind Bullets. Play, deal 1 damage to each creature for each card you have played this turn, including this one. Very interesting pairing with the Talmage Steelheart Evil Twin. Neat. Lots of damage here. Nuevo Archaeologist, 4 power action. Archive a card from your discard pile. Really strong card. Edai, 4x4. AI Scientist, play, archive a card, and then the keys cost +1 for each creature in your archives. Really great. Goes great with the Nuevo Archaeologist there. Infomorph. Okay, this is a perfect target for the SLRS. It brings 2 of those capture draw enhancements into the deck. It's a 4 power creature. Second one of those. Okay. 3. Wow. Okay. Yeah, really good with the SLRS. I hope we see some other, just cards that will help make that better. Submersive Principle, very cool. It is a action. Each player loses 1. If the tide is high, each player loses half their ember instead. Rocketeer Triska, 4 power skirmisher. While the tide is high, Rocketeer Triska enters play ready. A second one of those, this one with a draw pip on it. Ceaseforge, artifact, law. Play, put 2 time counters on Ceaseforge. Players cannot forge keys. At the start of your next turn, remove a time counter from Ceaseforge and then destroy it if there are no time counters on it. Very strong with the Submersive Principle, right? Archive Submersive Principle. Or just hold it. Ceaseforge comes out. Stop your opponent from forging. They build up to a large amount of amber. You build up to a large amount of amber. You get to forge because you remove the time counter and then move to your forge a key step. You get to forge. Your amber count goes down. You hit them with Submersive Principle. They could lose a bunch of amber that way. That could be pretty powerful. Lay of the Land. Amber Pip on it. Action. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. Draw a card. Nice. I like that card a lot. So happy to see it back. Selective Preservation. Choose a creature of each power value. Destroy each creature not chosen. Very strong board wipe. The other one that Star Alliance has. We've seen the Grand Alliance Council a lot tonight. Nice to see that one too. Really strong cards. Xeno Training. Action. For each house represented among friendly creatures in play, a friendly creature captures 1. Ambervac. This one with a draw pip on it. Play, raise the tide. This creature gains at the start of this turn. If this tide is high, capture 2. Biome Discovery. It's got an Amber Pip. Action. If the tide is high, you may look at the top 2 cards of the deck and discard one of them. Otherwise, raise the tide. So just like with Survey, that could pair very nicely with Lay of the Land. Second one of those. Okay, great to see tide control. 3 of them. Okay, I'm fine with that. Amber Pip, raise the tide, and then efficiency. Otherwise, I like it. Yeah, that's fine. Science Officer can 2 power elusive. After a player chooses an active house which matches no cards in play, steal 1. Zap, deal 1 damage to a creature for each house represented among creatures in play. On to the Untamed here. Starting off with the Chelonia Evil Twin, 2 power elusive Beast Witch. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, your opponent loses 1. Let me go ahead and say not as good as the non-evil twin Chelonia. 2 Chelonias. Old Patty Evil Twin, 5 power Reap. Discard the bottom card of your opponent's deck or the bottom 3 cards. Instead, if the tide is high, destroy a creature that shares a house with 1 of the discarded cards. That is not amazing. That is not amazing. I think the regular Old Patty is better. You might end up destroying one of your own cards that way. So, Creed of Nature. Omni, destroy Creed of Nature. If you do, choose a creature. For the remainder of the turn, that creature gains Skirmish and Assault X, where X is its power. Cross Porpoises, raise the tide, enrage 2 enemy creatures. Second one of those. Wow, lots of tide control in here. Assert dominance for the remainder of the turn. A friendly creature gains skirmish. Ready and fight with that creature. Keyfrog. Nice. This one with a draw pip on it. That's kind of cool. Keyfrog is a 2-power creature with the ability destroyed. Forge a key at current cost. Now, this would be a lot better, I think, in the non-Evil Twin deck because of our Chelonius. In this deck, I don't know if we have the burst to support that Keyfrog. Mollymawk with a draw pip on it, 5-power creature. It's a beast, play, destroy an artifact. So you could do the, destroy Ceaseforge and then somehow blow up your Keyfrog. Miloby, 4-power creature. While the tide is high, Miloby gains skirmish. Before fight, enrage the creature Miloby fights and each of that creature's neighbors. With the Evil Twin Old Egad here, we could really be locking down our opponent's board. Reap or Sow, this one with another draw pip on it. Action, choose one, ready and reap with a friendly creature. Give 3+1 power counters to your creatures distributed as you choose. Second Reaper Sow. So there's a little bit of burst in there. I do think the original would have been better just for the Keyfrog potential, but we have no way to destroy Keyfrog on your same turn and not a ton of creatures for Chelonia to burst with. So, there are some ways to destroy the Keyfrog. The Zap, the Selective Preservation could do it. Mind Bullets and Talmage Steelheart. Oh no, it has to be enemy creature. So Talmage would not do it. But yeah, interesting deck. Okay. Let's look at the pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So not a ton, but decent. Yeah, let's look at the creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Good number of creatures in here. Yeah, you are going to need to reap. There is some okay burst in here. The house cheating off Reaper Sow and assert dominance. I'm looking if there's any like reap abilities that are pretty good to trigger. No. I mean, this is great with assert dominance, right? Give it a loose or skirmish and have it fight. That's pretty good. But good like ways to move through your deck. Decent board control. Let's look at board control, but like a good amount of efficiency in here. The key cheat is very nice. No way to remove it on the same turn, unfortunately. And then just tons of enraging. So many ways to enrage your opponent's board. I absolutely love it. I'm super excited about that. Yeah, that's cool. Some spot removal here. Let's see. We'll count. Artifact control is excellent as well. So 1. We're counting cards that deal with the opponent's board. I think we count enraging as well in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. These deal with your opponent's board and then come in ready. 9. 10, 11. I don't think we'll count that. But yeah, lots of cards that deal with the opponent's board there. Yeah, that's really cool. I like this deck. This looks really fun. These last two have been really good. Glad I pushed through to the end here, despite my light issues, my lighting difficulties. Efficiency is great in here. Some house cheating in Reaper So and Assert Dominance. Some deck manipulation with Biome Discovery. Lay of the Land. We do, and Edai and Archaeologist. SLRS for some more efficiency there. That's pretty cool. That is very cool. And finally, let's look at Amber Control. None in Untamed, which seems to be the standard here. Oh, actually, no. We have the two Chelonias. That might actually be... I may have underestimated these Evil Twin Chelonias. That might actually be pretty good. With two of them, you know, you could really... Yeah. You could hurt your opponent's Amber there. So there's two cards. 3 with a Kunkan. Amber Vac 4. Xeno Draining 5. Ceaseforge is interesting. 6. Submersive Principle is going to be the big one. 7. 8. Okay. So not a ton here. Not a ton of Amber Control plays. But Submersive Principle, you could afford to time it well because there's some good efficiency in this deck. Hopefully you don't hit it with SLRS by accident at the wrong time. That would be very unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I think those Evil Twin Chelonias might end up being pretty good because you think about it, usually when you play Chelonia, you get a very big burst of Amber. So, I will have to try this one out. That seems pretty cool. The Babu of North Isles Evil Twin. Very neat deck. This has been quite a bit of fun. Thank you all so much for watching. This is very, very fun to do. It is... as I said at the beginning, I was shocked by how popular it ended up being. I just kind of just thought I'd try it out for fun, and a bunch of people watched. I got a bunch of views on that. Y'all watched this for over 30 hours. So once again, thank you so much for that. And if you want to keep seeing these, let me know down below. Because I'll keep doing them if people will keep watching them. Yeah. And if you have not already, please do consider subscribing. We also have videos up here. Our Deck Talk series. There's a bunch of playlists of all the different houses. We do a deep dive of a particular card of each of the different houses in Dark Tidings. So check that out if you're looking for some more Dark Tidings content. Yeah, we have a lot of Dark Tidings going on. So, you know, check out the channel. Please do subscribe. I've been Brobnar89. This is, of course, Cull the Weak with some more groundbreaking discoveries. Thank you all so much once again for watching. And I will see you next time on Cull the Weak.